you guys over like the script. Yeah, it's not. There's no like hard hitting like, where were you when you were whatever. There's nothing. You know, it's really laid back. I never ate lunch. I guess for dinner. I guess if I had a late lunch. What kind of pizza? Yeah. Yeah, I can pick around the sausage. So I like sausage, but I don't like sausage on my pizza. I guess maybe like how they chop it up or whatever. Or yeah, I don't. Or sometimes it's like shredded. But like, right? But I like Italian sausage. Like if you're cooking that on the grill or whatever, I'll have that. I love breakfast sausage. Little breakfast sausage links. Jesus Christ, they're delicious. Oh my God, maple sausage by like whoever the hell makes them. Oh my God. Yeah, this is a mistake. Also, we have new music tonight. Oh, also, And hello and good evening, everybody, and welcome to Ryoko's Roundtable. And look at me, I'm on cam for once. That's
I
that's a
know.
change. I'm joined tonight by, to my left, Zomby, to my right, SlicedRaven, and down there, she was able to make it in. She didn't oversleep this time.
Alright.
Tairn. So tonight we're gonna talk. We're talking with three of my favorite people about horror stuff, since it is Halloween right around the corner and it's October. So we're gonna talk like horror movie stuff and things like that. Also, hello Reassure. Thank you for coming in. Also, thank you Raven for that host earlier, and Tairn wow, gosh, 7 months. That's hard to believe. It's been half a year since I've got an affiliate. Wow.
And can we do one thing before we start?
Yes, absolutely, please.
I got the stream open, and I'm gonna mute the channel soon. But can we just do a around the table mic check to make sure everybody can be heard?
Yeah, let's do that. Zombie, let's start with you.
Hello, how's it going?
And then Tairn.
Oh, the lag is real.
I mean, everybody looks pretty good on my end. And hey there, Brant, how are you?
One day I'm gonna make a gif of me doing that, but it's gonna be me.
What, you making a
me acting like that. It'll have to have sound though. That's the thing, though.
It had to be that sound too.
It has to have sound. That gif. It cannot have
sound. Sounds good.
Oh, what did you have for supper there, Brant?
Hey, Brant.
And what's the difference between supper and dinner?
There is a difference.
Is supper earlier in the day or is supper later?
Time.
I think it's later. I think, isn't dinner lunch?
I thought supper was earlier.
No, lunch is lunch.
Supper's like 4 to 5 is supper, and then like dinner is like 6 to 7.
Oh, okay.
But they can be used interchangeably depending on your life.
It doesn't matter
Nice.
Ooh,
homemade ramen.
Ooh, homemade ramen, yo.
Yes.
Does it matter on the meal too? Like if it's a bigger meal?
Not really.
No, I don't think so.
Unless you're replacing the word dinner with feast.
Feast. Oof.
Yes. If it's a feast, you better have a whole bunch of stuff, or like really fancy stuff.
Well, yeah, because I guess like Thanksgiving, you don't call it Thanksgiving supper. It's Thanksgiving dinner.
It's a Thanksgiving feast because
it's
so much
feast.
food.
And it's festive.
Festive, yes. Ghost pepper ramen.
Oh God,
yo.
no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I think I would die.
Yeah, my colon is not is definitely not on
We're all
board with
older. We're all older. We're like,
my stomach hurts just hearing that. I'm like,
I think every one of us just got like flashes of just being half dead in a bathroom somewhere.
Yep.
Half dead. I'd be completely
just like
dead.
Drinking Pepto-Bismol or milk
People
or
don't
whatever
know.
you
It's
got.
no joke. You have to miss work for that shit. Like that's.
Oh my God, you do. Yes, I've been to the hospital for that shit. That's
oof.
It's no joke.
I gotta charge my phone, guys. I'm sorry. And
You're fine.
I'm stealing my for my Google, so you're gonna hear all sorts of crazy noises behind me. I have no idea what that.
Nothing unusual.
Got
I can't.
Podge on my arm.
Are you trying to preserve yourself?
You know how much it hurts to try to rip that off your arm hairs?
Trying to protect yourself from the ghost.
You don't have arm hairs anymore.
Not anymore. I just waxed my arms with Mod Podge, y'all.
Mod Podge my arms. Cleanest, smoothest skin ever. What skin? Well, when it grows back.
Come out, or we'll come out with a donut.
Your arm hair.
Yo, ghost pepper icing?
No.
What?
I see that.
No. What is? But they need to stop.
That sounds suicidal.
So I don't.
Stop it.
I'm not
That's
a.
not
Ghost
good.
peppers are
How
not
in
the
what
new
world
pumpkin
would that
spice.
taste good? But
right?
is the flavor even good? Okay, tell me this on a ghost pepper. Is the flavor even that good? Can you
I don't
even
know.
taste it?
You
Do
can't
you mean the taste of
it.
the blood
No.
in your mouth?
Is there a
Or do you-
human out there that can actually taste the flavor that's in ghost peppers?
It'll clear your sinuses,
I want to know what it tastes like.
like
Everybody's
burning.
like hot.
I think
Tastes like hell.
Reassura's
Just like,
had it.
It tastes like Satan's butthole.
yes.
I'll find the article and post it. Yeah, post that in one of the discords, Brett. I'm because I don't like hot stuff that much, but that actually sounds pretty interesting.
Maybe the problem is we're all white.
Maybe the sugar would like diffuse the amount of
We
heat
can't
that comes off
handle
the
that
ghost
amount of
pepper.
spice.
We're just
Uh,
basic white
I'm
bitches.
Mexican. I'm actually
such a
Mexican,
basic bitch, I'm
Spanish,
sorry.
and white.
I can't do that. Like
It's
a
it's
ghost pepper
it's
icy.
the
I'm
it's the
sorry.
white part that's holding you back, zombie.
Is that what it is?
Yep. Can't
Do it.
take the spice.
Can't take that spice. Can't get
Um,
that stomach.
Before we get going, does everybody
Me
sound good?
neither.
I know we know Zombie and Tairn sound good. What about Raven?
Do I sound okay? Yeah. No?
Everybody can hear. Everybody okay?
Hello?
I already muted the stream. So.
Oh, well, I'm gonna take it that everybody can hear everybody, because I can't go back into the stream because then I'll hear my voice and my ears will start bleeding.
That's how I
can
feel.
see my-
Yeah,
hear
and
my-
I'm wearing
hear my own
I'm wearing like
voice.
one of my favorite hoodies, so I don't want to get any blood on it.
Protect the hoodie.
It'd be more Halloweeny. If you
Right?
did.
If I just had blood dripping out of my ears.
Yeah.
This is fine.
This is fine. This is normal.
It's healthy. It's healthy.
So
So let's get into it. This is Ryoko's Roundtable episode, I believe 4. Like I said, I got Zombie, Tairn, and Raven with me tonight, and where I have Tairn's position is gonna bother me all night because it's kind of not even with everybody else. But in my
yeah, I can see that.
in
my
my-
OCD is
yeah.
kind of
It's because I'm odd.
just needs to move over a hair.
it just in my mad dash to get like
Thick.
I asked Tairn like 2 days ago, like, hey, do you wanna be on with us? And she's like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. And I was like, all right. And then I was like, okay, I gotta make sure that I reposition her. And I completely, it's not that I forgot.
You forgot.
No, I didn't. I just didn't do it. Because I pushed it off. I was like, when I get home from work, I'll do it. And I got home from work.
I feel that.
I ate,
on like
yeah.
a spiritual level. I'm the exact same way with D&D. I'm like, I need to write this thing. Gets to the day of D&D. I'm just like, well, we're winging it. I guess I've had 2 weeks to figure this out.
Yep.
Well, and then
That's
yeah,
how I do
I had every
everything.
intention of doing it. Just I got home from work, and I only went in for 4 hours. Actually, just under 4 hours, and I'm lazy. And I got McDonald's, so I ate my McDonald's, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go be a vegetable the rest of the day. Which I was productive. I moved some things around in my apartment, and then I was a vegetable. So I had like tiny stream open. I had the race on, and I was like moving some shit around in the apartment. So, and then I was like, okay, that's enough productivity for today. I also don't like being on cam because now I'm like constantly like touching everything near me. So I got to get rid of this dice because this is literally all I'm gonna do for the next God knows how long. So we'll put that over there,
Nobody can see you doing it, Ryoko.
and I gotta get rid of that quarter too. Though I don't want to.
I'm
throw
like,
that.
nobody can see you doing it anyways. It's fine. I promise you.
I'm
I do
paranoid.
the same thing. I have things on my desk and I mess with them all the time.
I never noticed.
I do. See? I'm telling you. Nobody notices.
There's another thing, I can't say it on this stream, but remind me when we go off. I know someone that, I'm gonna write this down later and be like, why did I write that? If you guys remember, just remind me about butt plug, later.
All right.
I can do that.
It's gonna bother me. I can't remember that. Well, yeah, I don't want to say their name because I'm pretty sure they still stream. Anyway, we're talking horror. and Halloween and everything.
Yeah.
And we'll go around the table. We'll go right to left. Ooh, that's
Ooh.
scary. We're doing it in reverse. And we'll start with Raven. Raven, what's your favorite type of horror medium? Not do you like the more serious horror, slasher, comedy horror?
I like it all. I don't know. I love I like hauntings a lot. I like haunting movies, movies about ghosts in general. Um I think the demonic stuff scares me the most.
Yeah, I'd
Mhm.
I'm on
Like
board with that comment.
that stuff scares me the most. And then yeah, but those are my favorites. I do love slashers though. Slashers, I mean like Halloween is like
Classic.
that's my jam.
Mhm.
That's my lifelong jam. The movie Halloween, the series and everything. And so yeah, I love the slasher films, but I love the comedies too. They have their place. I just feel like most
Hmm.
most genres have their place, and I like all of them within the horror genre, but I except for found footage, they can fuck off.
Mhm.
Oh no! Oh, so you were
I have
talking
strong feelings
about
about found footage films.
well,
I
you were
don't
talking
really
about
care for
that
them at all.
on your stream.
Yes, I
Oh,
was.
Resure, what did
Yeah.
you
Hmm.
Oh, you clipped something. Oh, that's holy shit. Yeah, I remember that. Wow, Reassure is throwing it back with the time my Google Home thing tried to give me a heart attack. Um yeah, you were talking about found footage. See, I think if it's done the right way,
I
I
And
think
with
it's
that
good.
said, I said on my stream too. With that said, I do like some. There are ones that I have liked. It's not that I don't like all of them. It's just yeah, if they can be well done, I just feel like a majority of them are not.
So I would argue um the movie Cloverfield, which came
I like
I've
out.
never
that one.
seen.
Yeah,
I haven't
oh
seen,
my
so I can't give
god.
an opinion on that one.
So I was still working at the movie theater when that came out, and that trailer, I remember seeing the trailer. It came out in January of '08, so it would have had to been, not that it matters, but it was probably a summertime movie that the trailer was attached to. And I remember seeing the trailer, and the trailer didn't even tell the title of the movie. The trailer is literally like the party scene at the beginning, and the trailer ends with the Statue of Liberty's head, rolling down the street, and you're like, "What the fuck did I just watch?" And I was like, the hype. I was so hyped for that movie, and then it came out, and I saw it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this movie was phenomenal." It's a monster movie. That's really at its core. That's what it is. It's a monster movie, and like you go into it not knowing that. I think you probably leave the theater not realizing that too until after. Like, holy shit, it's it's a monster movie.
You
Um,
realize it by the time it's over.
I think by the time Cloverfield came out, Zombie and I, because of the way that found footage films burned us,
Blair Witch.
several times, and
Yes,
it's not
Blair
just
Witch.
Blair Witch, but even a movie like Open Water.
Oh god.
Open
Oh
Water was the
god.
most nauseous experience I've ever had in my life. Number one. And I don't even
There,
get seasick.
there
But
is a lot of camera jolting.
it's
yeah, and
terrible.
that's some
It's
of some
awful.
people can't. I have one of my really good friends back home. She can't do those type of movies. She can't do those type of video games, like first person shooters. And like games like Portal. She cannot sit there and watch or play. She has to take like an Ambien or something just so she doesn't throw up all over herself.
I have
Um,
a friend like that too.
yeah, they're not.
That being said, I would say Raven and Zombie, you guys should probably give it a try, because you know me, I can't watch people play Dead by Daylight as a survivor because of the motion sickness, but I actually like Cloverfield so much that I own it.
I
And
have the movie poster. I might actually have two of the movie posters at my parents'. Like I was obsessed with that movie when it came out. Oh man, I still am. I saw that movie literally 7 times in theaters. Mind you,
I
Oh,
think
that's how you know you love it.
I worked at a movie
what
theater.
We saw, like I said, we saw the second film. We didn't know it was the second film, honestly. I saw the name, but the preview looks so freaking different. I just didn't think it had anything to do
And yeah,
with,
it's
I
with
didn't like the
Cloverfield.
second film.
I thought it was
The first one
okay.
was
I
better.
liked it up until the fact. Honestly, if it wasn't a Cloverfield film, it would have been a fine film. It would have been. If they wouldn't have had, if it would have been a separate thing, if it was like some like serial killer story, you know, where he like trapped himself in there thinking he was, you know, if they would have totally like taken it, like if that whole story would have been something else and wasn't Cloverfield, I just think it would have been a good film.
I don't remember which movie that was.
Cloverfield, like the Cloverfield part, just kind of like at the end, it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, there's the monster or whatever. Yeah,
Like, it was just stupid. Like,
I
it would
agree
have been
with
great
that.
as
I mean, 'cause
scary. It
the
would have been scary, a good horror film.
the first Cloverfield by its, I think the first Cloverfield movie didn't need a sequel, and if it
didn't,
did, it definitely didn't
probably.
need that
I'm
to be
guessing
its
it didn't.
sequel.
Definitely, because I know a lot of people felt like that about like whether they liked Cloverfield or not. That second film, like it was like, yeah, that should have never been Cloverfield.
But the
Like, it just
thing
should've
is, like, if it
not
was
been.
unrelated to Cloverfield, then it's not a great movie, but a really,
But, like,
very enjoyable.
scary. It would
Yeah,
have been
very
freaky,
scary.
like,
Yeah,
I got scared up until the end part. I was like, oh, okay, it's
because
aliens and, like,
that's like one of
creatures and-
those
okay.
psychological type
Like-
horror movies too.
Right, and I like those. I do like those too.
Because you're like, oh,
I do like the ones
is
with
John
psychological.
is John Goodman crazy, or is there really shit going on up there?
Like Split. Like, did you see Split?
Uh,
Has anybody seen
Yes.
Split?
I did not.
Yes.
Split is so good. It's
Yes,
M
it
Night
is.
Shyamalan, and M Night Shyamalan. I
Oh
will
yeah!
say
Oh
is-
my god! I did see Split.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah,
god! I
oh.
totally forgot about that. I saw
Split
that.
is good.
My old roomie and I rented it. And I think she already saw it. She's like, "Yo, you're gonna love this movie." And
Mhm.
this is a big spoiler. If anybody has any desire to see that movie, A, I highly recommend it, and B, I'm about to ruin the ending. The movie
Yeah.
ends, and it's like you see Bruce Willis in the diner, and like these two people are talking, like, oh, kind of like blah blah blah, and Bruce Willis is like, yeah, this movie is a sequel to Unbreakable.
Yep.
And
I know.
Basically.
I started screaming. I was like,
Basically.
it's
I
a
did
sequel
too.
to
I did
Unbreakable.
too. It's Unbreakable. It's Unbreakable.
It's so crazy.
The movie, and
Yeah.
what's so insane about it, like, oh, like your
was
people
good.
probably wondering, like, oh, why is that such a big deal? Because Unbreakable came out in like 2001.
Oh, yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
movie was like
You didn't have
16
any
years
idea
old.
that these movies
Time
were
ago.
Yeah.
connected. You really didn't. And then it made sense, actually. Like the Split movie did and everything, and they actually connected it real well. And then they did that second film, which was good. I still like Split better.
I think Split's the better
But-
movie. Yeah, I agree
Yeah,
with that.
Oh yeah, I
I
agree.
do too. It was
Mhm.
just so well done. Like it was really, really well done.
His
When
acting. Oh
The
man,
acting, his acting was
that acting.
really, really well done.
well, when M Night Shyamalan is on, he's on. It's just sometimes when he's
Mhm.
when he's
Oh,
when
yeah,
he
no, that's the
when
thing,
he's
like,
off, he's
so,
off.
Like, oh god, he's such a great. Here's the thing for M Night too. I respect him because he is such a great storyteller. He really is. Like his stuff would be great in books, book
Mhm.
form, written media. But when it goes to film, sometimes it just doesn't go the same way, and it just
Mhm.
doesn't resonate with the audience, and it's just not
I
there.
agree.
Like I love The Village. I actually love the
Oh,
concept
I
of
hate
it,
that
but the
movie.
movie was terrible.
Right? Yeah,
Like,
a lot of people
The
didn't.
concept of it is beautiful, though. Think about
It
it.
is. It's
Yeah.
a great. It makes sense.
A story. The story. He's a great storyteller. You can tell that in like Lady in the Water too, which is one of my
Oh,
favorites. I love
that
Lady
is
in
a
the Water. And that
great
was a
movie.
story that he actually wrote for his kids.
What about
So-
But the movie, the execution of the movie was not that good.
What, Lady in the Water?
Yeah.
It could have been done better. I still
I
liked
have
it,
not seen it.
but I would have
I
liked
loved
Lady in
it.
the Water reading it as a story. Oh my god, like so good.
I think that's part of it as well. Is like you can have the most epic story on paper, but if you can't recreate that visually,
It's just not
then
gonna-
it's not. It's never. That's why everybody says the book was better.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. It's
you
because
have to really
you can
resonate that.
imagine more fantastic things in your head because they don't exist. But when you put a visual, physical representation of this object that only exists in fantasy, real life can only do it so much justice before it looks out of place.
So far,
Yeah.
I have
Like,
hope for the future.
like
Like,
Lady
I
in
have
the
hope for the
Lady in the
future.
Water, the
Brain
guy who
mapping.
only exercised one half of his body. It looked weird as fuck, but in
That
your head,
was.
it makes sense. But
Yeah.
seeing it, you're like, no, that's not
Guy.
even
That
like
guy, though.
physically possible.
I like
And
that
he's
guy,
wearing
though.
like a Popeye outfit. No, you visually like turn me off from this movie, but in my head, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, sure.
But yes,
Yeah,
I
that's
have
life.
seen the movie Get Out, and we will talk about how fucking amazing Jordan Peele's work is because it's
Get
fucking
Out. Oh my god, I love that movie.
like
There's so many
Yes,
his work is so incredible in horror. Like it's beautiful. It's like
I
a freaking
agree.
artwork.
I
Like
think he
it's
could. I think when it's all said and
oh my
done,
god.
he's our generation's Alfred Hitchcock.
Him and James Wan. James Wan is
Yes,
also James
I love
Wan is
James Wan.
incredible. He's the one that did in the Saw series. He did, Conjuring. He did. I mean, he's done
Insidious.
so much in horror. Like
Oh,
all
we'll get
these
to
incredible
Insidious.
horror films. Yeah, he's done, and he did that. I mean, Saw. The story of Saw is incredible. I mean, it started off as a student film. They didn't think it was going to go anywhere. In fact, they thought that it was a student film that was only a short film, right? And then they wanted to make it a full-length motion picture. They made the film, and then they thought it was going to fail so badly that they made the second film as a backup. That film was Dead Silence.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They made that
Mhm.
as a backup film because they really thought that Saw wasn't going to do anything.
That's funny.
And
Oh,
yeah,
Dead
and
Silence.
James
I love
Wan,
that
and
one.
it's the two actors. Actually, one of the, the photographer that's in Saw. He's actually the other writer. Him and James Wan wrote Saw and a lot of those movies
His
together.
name is Adam in Saw.
Oh,
His name is
really?
Adam and Mhm. Yeah,
Um,
So,
I want
but
to.
yeah, love.
I want to.
Sorry, we can continue.
Oh no, I want to
You
backtrack.
continue
We were talking
wherever
about
wherever you want to go.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah,
What do you guys
M.
think of the movie
Night.
Signs?
Oh,
Because that's
Zombie. Ask Zombie what she thinks of Signs.
Oh, I don't like that movie at
so.
all. What bothered me about it is like the whole movie was great and I was so into it, but then all it took to kill or like to scare off the aliens was water. I'm
So
sorry.
you're
That
not.
was just the dumbest thing in the world
I
to
would.
me.
I would sort of agree, and you're not the only person to say that. But my argument, I guess, to that is it's not really a movie about, and this is, I'm not a film student. I'm just a fan of film. I would say it's not. Yeah, it's a movie with aliens in it, but it's more. That's. I almost think the aliens aren't a red herring, but like it's more of a story about a man who like lost his faith and found it again. The aliens were just a way for him to find it. But I mean, you could say the same thing about the original War of the Worlds. The thing that killed them was our air.
God, yeah.
That was
War of the
another movie
Worlds is
that
an
we're not a
incredible
fan of
story, too.
either.
Well,
I'm not a fan
I'm
of
talking
that one
about
either.
the original
The
War of the
original.
Worlds, not the Tom
Orwell,
Cruise
yeah,
one.
Orson.
Yeah,
Was it
George
Orson Welles?
Yeah.
Orson Welles actually, and what they did was they read it on a radio show.
Right.
And when they read it on a radio show, people thought it was really happening.
Yeah, they lost their
And
shit.
that's scary. That's scary.
People
Well, that's
thought
'cause-
it was really happening, and they were terrified.
That's because people back then were dumber than they are now. Not by much, though.
About that,
Hang on
but-
1 second.
I don't know about
That's a whole
that.
nother conversation.
I don't think they're any smarter now.
So what bothers me the most about movies like War of the Worlds and Signs and stuff is
Hated the
that
movie. I hated
these
World War, by the way.
aliens are supposed to be superior,
It's so
intelligent
stupid.
creatures,
No, you're right. You're right. I
right?
know where you're going.
So hear me out.
No.
They can travel through space. They have this plan to invade. Why? So okay, so having aliens already confirms that there is other intelligent life out there. Why would you come to a planet? If water's the thing you're scared of, our planet
Thank
is
you.
70% water.
I know exactly where you're going. I
That's
knew it.
Zombie. That was Zombies. That's her whole
Same
thing.
with us. We're
That's her
also
whole
we're
thing.
like what 90% water or something. I'm
At
not good
What
at
the
that
70%
fuck
stuff.
are you
water, we're the
thinking?
same
If I
amount
Yeah.
of planet.
if I spit
So
on you, you're gonna die.
I know, like that's just weak. That's a weak storyline. I'm sorry.
No, it is all the alien storylines. That's why I've never been a huge alien fanatic. I'll be
Not
There
honest.
are
even.
some that they can pull it
Because
off,
the
but
reason
some
no,
it's
there
like,
are
oh,
there are that can make aliens terrifying. Predator is terrifying.
yes,
Alien.
Alien is
terrifying.
terrifying.
Okay, they were
Yes.
able to pull it off with pretty much those two films.
What
A
No,
about
lot
no,
of
there's
the other
no
ones.
Dark Sky. I like Dark
Dark
Sky.
Skies was good. It was
Yeah.
good.
Fire in the Sky?
Fire in the Sky was good.
Like, I understand that when you're talking
just
about
hard for me to get
aliens
scary.
and monsters, you have to suspend your belief of how the world actually works because you're believing this thing could actually happen, at least for like an hour and a half. But
Mm-hmm.
when you stop and look at it and you're like, none of this makes logical sense, it kind of makes it not scary anymore and it almost becomes funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's scary in the moment the first time you watch it, and then you're like, wait, what?
You know what? You know what's a good alien movie that actually scared me because it made me think that it could possibly be real? Is what is it?
The
Is
Abyss?
it the Fourth Kind or something like that?
Yo, didn't see it, refused to see it, because that looks like that's apparently based on
Yeah.
actual like people and interviews that this woman
It was scary. We saw
Yeah.
that in the theater, and because it showed the real footage along with it, like
Real,
it was actually pretty freaky. It scared me.
It
And
was, even though
I
it
don't
was,
ever
I
believe in
looked it up.
aliens.
That one was
Those
debunked.
Encounters of the
That one
Fourth
was
Kind?
debunked.
Is that what it is?
No, it's just I think it's
the
just the
Encounter of
fourth.
the Fourth Kind.
I thought no,
It's
I
the
think
Fourth
it's
Kind.
yeah, I think it's just called the
Okay.
fourth kind.
Yeah,
You're
so
thinking
it's
of
just the
Close
Fourth
Encounters
Kind.
of the Third Kind.
It was.
I
I
was
looked it
I
up.
was
It
like,
ended up being debunked.
what the
It
fuck
wasn't.
is
It wasn't
this?
actually real. That one was. A lot of it was. There. No. The thing that was real is people do go missing in Alaska.
Well, that's what it's
there's
Alaska.
bears
Yeah,
and-
it's
Yeah, I was
fucking
gonna say
Alaska.
in the snow, they're never gonna find them.
That's because it's fucking Alaska.
Yeah, that's 'cause it's
Exactly.
Alaska.
Yeah.
Not, I mean, that some things can be explained just by
Alaska's really fucking big. It's like two
It's
of
just-
Texas.
yeah.
yeah, that's and
It's
yeah, people
really
don't
big.
understand
It's a
that.
vast frontier. It's still considered a frontier.
Did you know it's
like the
also
last
it's
frontier.
also really
mean-
seismically active too?
Frozen Frontier.
Huh?
What?
What?
What did you say? I'm sorry, Tairn.
Oh, it said it's the Frozen Frontier.
It's the frozen frontier.
Mhm.
Not in Antarctica. Those are the only two frontiers.
Oh.
I mean,
They also get a lot of earthquakes in parts of Alaska.
yeah.
Yeah, it's on that fault line.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, people could just disappear easily. I mean, and some people, honestly, from what I've understood, a lot of people go to Alaska to disappear.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
So,
Since
that's what
we
I've
were talking
actually
about
heard.
since we were talking about horror and everything,
Mhm.
I just wanted to say my favorite type of horror is any of the psychological ones.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it when they turn out to be crazy. When it
Oh,
turns
yeah.
out that the
That's our
person is
thing, yeah.
just crazy, oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Those are the best movies.
What was it? Was it like the island or something? What was
Oh,
that
the
movie?
Island was a good one. The one
Oh,
with
that's a-
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, where
That
he
was
ends up
good.
just being like
Oh.
fucking nuts at the
Yeah,
end.
it's just crazy.
Yeah, well, he ends up remembering, and then he decides that he ends up wanting to have the lobotomy to forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about what is it called?
It is.
Not
It's the island.
It's Shutter
Oh,
Island. You're talking
It's
about
Shutter Island. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I think
Ooh,
are you talking
Shutter
about
Island's
Island? Yeah.
We
great.
knew what we were talking about. It's fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. No,
It had
no, I was just
island
making
in
sure
it.
we were on the
What
same
the
page.
fuck?
Like,
Like,
that's
yeah, that
cool.
thing.
That cool.
Uh,
That's cool.
I was
making
thinking
sure,
of
'cause
like,
there's another movie called The Island, and I think Leonardo was also in that.
yeah, he is. He is. That's
He likes
That
island
boy-
movies.
That
He
boy
likes
gets
island
sunk in
movies.
his ship and he just ends up on all the islands from ships.
It's all right. He's an incredible actor, so we forgive him. It's,
He is.
he really is. So.
Oh, have you seen The Uninvited? Because that's one of those ones where she
That's a
turns
good
out
one.
to
I
be
feel like I
crazy.
have.
Or shrooms.
So I'm
Oh
just gonna
yeah.
throw my
Ooh,
hat in the ring since I
that was good.
I
Oh
have
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
different favorite genre of horror films, which is
Okay.
suspense thrillers,
Oh yeah,
where like it
I like
could
those.
be real, and like
Oh yeah.
there's no slasher, there's no monster. It's real people just being really fucked up
So
because
like
that's
Strangers.
that's scary to me.
Have you seen Strangers?
I haven't
Oh God, it's
I'm gonna
unsettling.
name a movie. It's not necessarily scary, and it's not my favorite movie because
Mhm.
I'm not a huge fan of like gore for the sake of gore.
Oh
But
yeah.
the premise of Hostel
Oh
scared me
God.
because it could fucking
Okay.
happen. It probably
You should see
does.
Hostel
Yes.
2.
Hostel 2
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Thank
Hostel
you.
2 is way
Oh
better.
my
The
Yeah,
first
I
God,
one was
so
awful.
good.
The third one is
So
fucking
good.
weird.
No, the first one is terrible.
yeah I
The
hated the
second
first
one
one.
Uh
so
huh.
freaking good. Have you seen the second one, Ryoko?
No, I hadn't
The
because the
second
first the
Oh
first one
my
was
God, you
so
need
Oh,
to see it.
bad.
No,
it's more the
you
first
have
one.
to see the second.
it's woman empowerment too. Like
Oh,
The
it's really
second
like
one The
You
second
will
one is
love it.
amazing. The first one is
Yeah.
garbage, and the third one is fucking weird. Also, the third
yeah.
one would be really easy to escape from because the third one they're on a train. It's a hostile
ooh,
train.
I like
I didn't like the
trains.
third one
And
either.
honestly, if you wanted to escape, there's like a scene in the preview where they're running through the train and stuff, and they get to the back of the train, and there's
What
no
was
train
in the
left
first
to go, and they're like, "Oh no, what do I do? I can't run for these people. Jump off the fucking train."
I'd
one?
rather
Jump
Because
die
off the
jumping
train,
off
damn it!
than be
I
because
killed
would
by
be
them.
jumping off that
it's
train.
a train that's traveling 5 miles an hour, 12 miles to stop. This train is traveling 30 miles an hour. They're not gonna stop in time to find your fucking body. Just
That's some
jump off
dumb
and
shit.
run.
Right?
What's the worst that
Like
can happen? You'll
just
die? Oh
run,
no.
bitch,
Well, I
It's
run.
guess
better
you're
than being
being
tortured.
tortured instead.
That's what I would do.
Right?
I would rather break some limbs. All right,
Uh-huh. Yep.
I'd
Screw my
rather
legs.
break my arm than to be
Hands.
tortured by these crazy people. No.
These
These
crazy rich
terrible, terrible,
people.
horrible rich people. No.
So, would you consider what is that movie? Was it The Gray? Um,
Ray.
it's
Oh, I think I saw that
some
one.
kids that went up to go skiing and they got on the lift, um,
Yes.
and they got stuck.
Stuck on.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, we remember
Oh
that
yeah.
one.
Oh.
Oh, that was
Consider
bad.
that a
That was
horror
hard to
film?
watch. Yes.
I
See,
think
like
so, yeah.
I
Yeah.
okay.
I don't enjoy watching people in pain, but I like movies like that because I'm like, shit, that could fucking happen. That's
It's
terrifying.
And that
realistic.
is horror.
Uh-huh.
Anything that's
Uh-huh.
like that sends dread, that like unsettles you, that like makes you suspenseful, that is like makes you scared. In a sense, it may not be like screaming jump scare. That's not always fear. But something that incites fear in you is a horror genre. It is within the horror genre, and I think even thriller suspense is within the horror genre. One of my favorite films is Silence of the Lambs, and it's not a typical horror film per se. It's about serial killers and things like that. But it is very unsettling, and it
It's a
stays with
lotion in
you.
the basket.
Yeah, it's just yeah. I mean, it's one of the famous, and it's very disturbing. So like I think things that like that like is what signifies like a horror film.
Yeah,
It's
like
just very very diverse.
those are the movies that I enjoy. Just the dread of this could happen. This could happen to anyone at
That's
any
what
time.
scares me. And see, that's
That's
what like Michael
horrifies.
Halloween. The reason why Michael bothers me so much is the fact that he's just standing there in the shadows all the time. The fact that like somebody could be just standing there watching you at any point in time is unsettling.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy.
And it's very very creepy. He's silent, and he's walking around you. You don't even know he's there. Like that's creepy. Like, it's just very unsettling. So that's just like slasher films. I mean, a lot of them, like, yeah, there's blood and gore and stuff, but that's not what really horror is about. I think it's mostly about like what it makes you feel. So
Very
the fear that
unsettling
it
to watch
instills in you.
gore.
It is unsettling to watch gore for sure. It has its place in horror. I
Oh,
I
absolutely.
don't think it's necessary, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
for horror.
It depends. It
Like a
depends
little
on
bit,
what.
it's fine. But gore
Yeah.
for the sake of gore is just like, okay, we get it. You bought a
Sometimes
whole
I
bunch
get
of
too
big
much.
blood.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
the
I'll
same
be honest
thing.
with y'all.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, you.
No,
go
I was
ahead,
gonna say
Jericho. Jericho.
it's it's the same thing with like violent movies. Like, and I know this is gonna be a very unpopular opinion. And I'm not. He's a great director. But like a lot of Tarantino movies are they're almost violent for the sake of being violent.
That's
And
kind of what he's known. Though.
right, but I mean that's like it doesn't. I don't know. Like it's.
I think it's violent for the sake of. I think it's violent for a point.
I mean, some of it is. I think. But I mean, I don't know.
It's extravagant violence. I will agree with you.
Yeah.
Can I play the villain on this? I just like watching the violence.
You just seem like
Just
you just
saying.
like seeing people get blown
the
up.
death scene.
I just like
Some people
watching
like
it. It's
watching people get blown
it's
up.
not
There's why do
real.
people go watch Michael Bay films?
Yeah,
Come on.
it's fake. I mean, I think it's more sick the people that see a car accident and are rubbernecking and stopping their car to see who's hurt. I think that's way sicker than watching any kind of gore movie.
It's fake. Because it's fake. Yeah.
Yeah,
I get that.
it's different.
It's different. Like you don't
I
want to
don't
see the
know.
real stuff.
So
you
I
wanna see
like
stuff
that. I
you
feel
know
like
isn't real.
Tarantino is just so like real and like dark, and I like that
Yeah,
about
because I
him.
mean, let's be
Very
honest here.
funny.
His blood splatters are over the top. They're not even realistic. Okay.
Right, and I'm like I said,
They're
I'm
not
not.
meant to be though. You know,
His
like
body doesn't have that much blood in it, sir.
there's no way. Like there's no way.
That's like
That's too much
4
blood,
people
man.
right there.
That's like at least 4 people right in that one
How are
body.
you still standing? You just bled 5 people's worth of blood.
He
You
does. He
can't
goes
talk
over the
right
top.
now.
But he just does it for purpose. Like that's his style, you know? Like
Yeah,
I think
that's
he just
Freddy.
does it like as an art form.
I
I don't
think
know.
Quentin Tarantino rides that line of gore for the sake of gore
He
with
likes it.
his
Yeah.
violence, because you can have extremely violent films. Look at like any like action movie or whatever. I mean, it is violence for the sake of violence to further, a subplot, but he adds a layer of gore for the sake of gore on top of his violence, which makes it over the top. Because like if you had the same scenes with a fraction of the amount of blood, they wouldn't be as impactful as they are.
It's true.
It's valid. He uses it. Yeah, he uses it to make an impact in that scene. You know, like he wants that scene to be impactful for you. So he's gonna make it over the top. You remember. Yeah, like you will remember the scene, okay? Like
That's
will.
true. You don't forget.
You don't forget him.
Before we move to our second question.
I did want to backtrack as well.
Okay, I go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just way back at the beginning when you were talking about point of view films, I think one of the biggest problems with the point of view films is that a lot of them are very poorly executed.
You know,
Like,
it's like
they
they
could
pulled off
be.
the killer POV, but for some reason, like other people's, like it's just I don't know. It looks like a poor body cam.
And a lot of times it is, because there's like I'll give 2 examples that I know you've never seen Cloverfield, but we've talked about how it's actually like a good version of that,
Oh, it's
where
so
there's
good.
enough camera shaking to believe that you could be there, but they pulled it back enough to not make it like difficult to watch, versus the Blair Witch Project, where it was very difficult to watch because there was nothing to fucking see.
Exactly. Well, the thing is too is that they have to make it. I don't want it to look like a cheap camera that I bought at Target and it was filmed on that. I want it to still look like it was filmed with a decent camera. I
But
don't
Yeah.
care if
I-
it looks if it's the point of view is fine. It's just
Yeah,
don't buy a
it's
cheap
true.
little $99 camera and film it that way. You know,
But
that's
to
the
be
problem.
fair,
'Cause that's how we felt with Blair Witch.
buy
That
it.
shit went to theaters. I
I
paid
never for
at
Blair
the time $6.
Though I will say this, I watched a film theory about the Blair Witch Project, that made me look at that movie in an entirely different way. So, in the Blair Witch Project, they, you know, um, there's no spoilers here because this movie is old as fuck.
It
Oh
came
no,
out like
Right.
20
yeah. I
years,
mean,
like
come on.
25 years
If
ago.
you haven't seen it, I don't know what to
So,
tell
Oh
you.
my
They made
god,
a
I feel
remake.
old. Don't say that, Rio. Go.
Like they made a remake, so
so
you're fine.
in the original film, it was scary to watch because it looked like it was, home video and whatnot. But at the end, they're like talking about this witch and it kills everybody and it's scary, but you never see anything.
Oh,
But the film
no.
theory says that the whole movie was a plot to get that girl out in the middle of nowhere so they could murder her. So if you watch it from that aspect of unraveling a murder, it's a lot more entertaining than pretending that there's a witch. Because if you look at it, the two boys start infighting with each other, creating this rift, which puts the girl on the outskirts and alienates her. And they keep passing the map back and forth until they just destroy the map so they can't get back. And the one who's always leading the way is never the girl. They're leading her to this house to murder her and leave her body in the middle of the woods. And when you look at it as you're literally watching a film about they're making a documentary of them going to murder this girl, it becomes a lot creepier and a much better film.
No,
Just
it
forget
does.
that there's a witch involved because that's a cover story they told the girl to get her to go.
See, here's the thing though. If that's the thing, if that's a beautiful theory.
It
If they
is.
would have ever executed it that way, it
I
would have been
agree.
a great film.
Yes.
It's a
It would
terrible
have.
fucking film.
It's a
It is.
terrible fucking film for what
It
they
is.
advertised it for, but
It
looking
is.
at it
And
from that
I
film
will
theory point
never
of view,
get over
much
the
better.
deceit.
Like
I
they
will
scared
never
you for like an
get
hour and a
over
half for fucking nothing.
the deceit.
What?
I
It was
just
terrible.
wanted to see the damn witch. Am I the only one? I felt so like I
was
just got
angry.
gypped. I just wanted, or
I didn't want to
sorry,
see it.
ripped
I
off.
didn't.
So
Yeah.
if you ever go back and
That's
watch
fan.
that film,
Sorry.
keeping that
I get
film
you, babe.
theory in mind, we all got sucked into the same plot that girl got sucked into. We all believed it was real, just for the subterfuge of getting murdered. Makes
Yeah,
the film
yeah. It
so
makes
much
it a lot
better.
scarier. You're not wrong.
So much better, but
It's
it's
a lot
only a
scarier for it,
2020,
you know?
retrospective point of view to make a bad film halfway decent.
Right.
No, you're right. Yeah, like,
I will
and the
find
second one,
you.
you know what's funny about those films though? The second movies that they came out with, they were better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were at
because
least
They
filmed
weren't
better.
found footage films, not really. Neither one of
No,
them.
they
Open
weren't.
Water or Blair Witch.
Yeah, you're
The
right.
secondary films weren't the
I
same.
will
Hey,
find that
Morse.
film theory and I will send it to you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Do.
Okay, sorry, didn't mean to sidetrack
No,
you there.
you're okay. We're still only on the first question, but that's okay. We're having fun.
This is a topic that Zomby
This
and I can
topic,
talk about
yeah, this is a topic
all the time.
we love.
Do all
So
the time.
Zombie, I'm gonna kill two birds with one stone. I'm gonna give you two questions. What's your favorite type of horror movie, and what makes a good horror movie?
Oh. Shit. Favorite type. See, it's so hard but my favorite, if you want me to love a movie, like I said, if it's psychological. If it turns out that the person's crazy, I will love it. I don't know what it is about that that makes it so entertaining. I think because,
all in
like
their head,
Tairn was
yeah.
saying, it is realistic. You know, I mean, the scariest thing in the
You scare
world, really,
yourself
when you
that
think
you're
about it,
going-
is people.
Yeah, it's you.
People are crazy.
Scooby-Doo
Or that it's you, or that it's your own mind. Like,
Yeah, or that,
your
yeah.
own mind it can be scary. So
Well, we are our own worst enemies too.
That's the truth.
So it's
know,
just,
but don't get me wrong though.
stuff
I
like-
also love stupid like monster movies. I'm a huge fan. Like Chucky's my favorite. Freddy's my favorite. I'm a huge
she
fan.
likes the creature features too.
I like
You like the
the
creature
dumbest
features.
movies to
Oh my god.
yeah,
Yes. I've had to
like
watch
zombie
I've had to
strippers.
suffer through some of the like the
Yes,
worst horror
Gangs of the
films and
Dead. I make her watch all the zombie
I have
movies.
a much
Ooh,
more
we can
curated
talk.
horror taste.
I mean, I can go on and on about zombie movies.
Oh yeah.
Like
Flippin' zombie.
Return of the Living Dead. My favorite zombie movie. If we're talking the original Night of and those movies, the original Dawn of the Dead is my favorite out of that trilogy. I love the original, and
I
the second,
agree.
the remake's good, but it's not as good, just for the simple fact of how that first one was filmed and the gore in the original for that
Oh
time.
yeah.
Like, dude, the
Oh,
beginning of
I
the
had that on
movie.
VHS.
Oh my god, a guy gets his fucking head blown off with a shotgun. And
Oh, I love it.
it's a great like horror movie. It's a great zombie movie. And the soundtrack, oh my god, the score for that movie. Oh my god. Yeah, I love the original Dawn of the Dead and Return of the Living Dead. Two totally different zombie movies, and
Totally different, but love both of them
both are
too. I
phenomenal.
know.
Two different,
Yes.
and one, the Return of the Living Dead came out in the 80s, and it feels like an 80s movie.
Yeah, it does. The music, the
Yeah.
everything, their
Oh
outfits.
man, I own both on DVD, and I'll tell you this about me and DVDs. When I get something on DVD, I'm looking for really two things besides the movie. Well, maybe three things. Deleted scenes. Um, maybe like a making of featurette, and audio commentary, either by the director, the writer, or the cast. Like, if it has audio commentary, I'm buying it, because I just think that's so cool to be like, oh, this is what the actors were thinking when this happened. This is what the director had intended with this shot. It's really,
Oh yeah, it's all the behind the
yeah.
scenes stuff. Yeah, that's the coolest.
I think the Dawn of the Dead had, I think it had George Romero and his wife, and I could be wrong. I know Tom Savini was one of them. And yeah, that's, oh my god, they're just both so much fun. And then the Return of the Living Dead had like three or four of the cast, like the kids that were in it. It had some of them.
Oh, the kids in it. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
My favorite of the Return of the Living Dead is actually the third one.
I think you said that's the Rave to the Grave, right?
No, it's I don't know what the other name for it is. It's the one with the girl, and she's got like glass in her like nails, and like uh, it's really gory. It's a gory one because
That came out later than the first two.
but it's the third one.
When did that one come out?
I want to say like 1987. No,
That
maybe.
that because I know the first one I thought was like mid 80s, and the second one wasn't long after that.
I remember watching it when I was in elementary school.
Oh, gee, we might not be thinking of the same movie then. Let's go to the Googs. Return of the Living Dead 3. 1993.
Oh, 93. Okay.
No, I mean, I'm sure I probably have seen it. Because they made
It's my
they made I think several of the Return of the Living Dead, and then
they did.
the second one came out in '88, and the second one I think is even it's more slapstick than the first one, because they lure all the zombies. Spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen this 30-plus-year-old movie.
Yeah, this hella old movie.
Yeah. The end of the movie, they lure all the zombies towards, I guess, like the power plant, or for like the electric plant, and they end up electrocuting them all. And one of the zombies is dressed like Michael Jackson in Thriller.
Oh god.
My favorite line from the movie is they're running around with one of the zombies' heads, and it's like still like going. So I guess they stab it in the head with a screwdriver.
Oh yeah.
And the zombie goes, quote, "Get that damn screwdriver out of my head."
Oh my god. You do the voice great.
It's like one of my favorite lines in any horror movie.
Oh my gosh. Oh god, I love that part. Oh, see that's what I like too about Return of the Living Dead's too, is because in those they focus on brains and they say brains, and for some reason I love that.
Yeah. That's yeah, and that didn't start with with zombies
Oh no,
until
it's not on the
until that.
originals.
Yeah. It's like they don't talk about, because in the original 3 movies they just eat human flesh.
Yeah, they just eat you.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. But
And
on Return of the Living Dead, they like your brains. That's
they don't
that's what they go for.
They don't want to hurt you. They just want your brains.
Yeah, that's it. Oh no, it won't hurt you. You'll come back. It's okay.
Ooh, vodka in your hot cocoa and peppermint schnapps. And I'm sorry,
Are you-
I'm catching up. I'm catching up on chat. And then Raven, did you say you're having an adult hot cider, hot apple cider?
Yes, and Captain, I used to call him a hot toddy because like I used to drink like hot apple cider with like whiskey in it, but like when I was in college, because I didn't really make hot tea. Like I told Tairn, I was like, yeah, I thought I remembered it being made with tea, but I think I substituted in college, and it always turned out good, but I didn't have any whiskey, so I made it with Captain Morgan's. But it's like a spiced orange hot cider. It's really good.
I would say something else you can try in your hot apple cider is sweet tea vodka.
See, I've never had a sweet tea vodka.
Oh my god! If you
I don't drink liquor a lot. This is like liquor that is left over from our Halloween parties for like years.
Oh well, I mean, if you
This is-
ever want to get fucked up, you get a twisted tea, and you get a sweet tea, and you get sweet tea vodka, and you mix them together, and you're off to the races.
Sounds like a bad time.
Yes.
So
you won't remember it. It's okay.
So I have a very, very different favorite zombie movie.
All right, yeah, let's do this. I want to know everybody else's favorite zombie movie.
Ooh, okay. I'm excited for this.
Go ahead.
So when it comes to zombie movies, I have a hard time believing, suspending my belief in them. So I can't, I don't really watch like serious zombie movies, so I only watch like comedy zombie movies. So my favorite zombie movie is Zombie Ass Toilet of the Dead.
I'm sorry. What is it called?
Wait,
Oh,
yeah.
It's called Zombie Ass Toilet of the Dead.
Is that a porn?
It's a Japanese zombie horror film where
I watched the movie Rubber, so
yes, I watched it on the same night I watched Rubber. Okay.
Oh God.
did you watch the entire movie of Rubber?
Yes, I did, and
Okay.
I will never get that time back.
Okay. You
It's
can
not as
never.
bad as Tusk. Not
I've
as bad as
watched-
Tusk.
We're not
God,
gonna
you can never
we're not
get
gonna
that time
talk
back,
about
Heather.
Tusk.
Okay.
Are you angry?
Yeah, I have-
You know how many times she made me watch it, Ryoko?
Oh my God.
I have a
I
line.
made everybody watch it because it's so bad.
So just to let you know about this movie, it is in Japanese, and even if you're not really following along with it, they say it doesn't matter because there's one point, and you'll like this, Ryoko, is that they have a battle at the end, and they have it in the air, and the only way that this person is flying is they're literally levitating off of fart power.
That's fucking great.
It's
Right up your
so-
alley.
It's so dumb and so weird, and it's really like low budget film, but I love it so much because it's so funny, but it's so dumb,
Right.
so it still kind of gets you sometimes where you're like, oh shit, it's a dead thing. But it's so dumb and it's amazing.
That's
Everybody should watch it.
that sounds. I mean, I could. Yeah, I've watched Tusk, so
I will
probably
put
great.
Can't be any
in our
worse than
little-
Tusk.
I think I could watch anything after watching Tusk. I've watched it like at least 3 times, Ryoko, because she made.
I'm
Not only
sorry.
that, she spent money on
Okay.
it. You know how
So
many- she spent money on it. She.
that's stupid. Why would you spend money on that movie?
Hey, don't
Hey.
say it's stupid. That's rude.
That is rude.
So
But
Because I needed everybody I knew to watch this horrible
did.
movie.
She
I
wanted,
just
she wanted
I
to
was like,
do-
please, you
Alright,
have
I'll
to
have
watch
to
this.
misery.
I'm looking up images of this. Is that a
Yes.
like walrus?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Made
Yes,
of
it is.
human
And that
skin?
is who is it? You know who it is? It's Justin Long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Johnny Depp's in it
And
too.
Johnny Depp's in it. Oh my god, he plays. It's the weirdest character.
And you know who directed
Yeah.
that god awful mess of a movie?
Yes.
It was
And
Kevin
I
Smith.
love Kevin. I know. I know.
An embarrassment.
Is that a zombie walrus?
He did it on purpose.
No,
He did it on purpose.
he's not a
He made
zombie
that
walrus.
monstrosity
He's
on
not
a
purpose.
dead.
Fucking
He's not dead.
walrus.
What is this?
He's
And-
They
like
took
a
a bunch
walrus
of skin
human.
from a bunch of
And
different.
oh no, it gets better,
bodies.
Tairn.
No,
They
it doesn't.
fight. There's a walrus fight at the end.
Oh my god, yeah, the walrus
I'm gonna
fight.
spoil it for all of you. There's a fucking walrus fight at the end of the movie. Okay, it's terrible. It's and
No,
you know what?
He physically
Zombie made
turns
me
him
watch it-
into
Zombie
a
made
freaking
me watch it
walrus.
over again because I missed the ending. In the first
I
place,
think we
I
lost
missed the
Tairn.
walrus fight.
And it gets better
It's
because
ridiculous.
the guy's name is Walter, but when they're calling him Walter, it almost sounds like they're calling him Walrus. It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
Oh my god, this is
Like-
awful.
it is. It's
terrible.
awful.
It's the
Yeah,
worst. I don't know. I don't know if
it's
that
not
or
the
human,
worst.
Human Centipede is worse.
Human Centipede 2 is worse.
Human Centipede 2 is worse.
Or Biology. That was a
That
bad one.
movie physically grossed me out. Okay?
yeah, because they're
We
pooping
talked
in each
about
other's
like
mouths.
I don't get grossed out a lot, right? Like I don't. But there are things in horror movies that gross me out.
What grossed you out? Which one?
Sorry. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Human Centipede 2? Oh yeah.
Couldn't do that one. It was
Well, the whole premise of Human Centipede is just nasty.
Did you see the second one? Because it's way worse.
No, I
How can it be any
know
worse?
Save yourself.
I
Oh no,
didn't
it's
know
worse. Save
about.
yourself.
Anything about people being hooked up to other people's buttholes and having to
I
eat
just
it on
remember I just remember being at work when that film came out, okay, and this is what happened when people are okay, this is like the water cooler talk when Human Centipede came out for the first time, right? So
back
if you were in the position, would you rather be A, B, or C?
I want to be A.
Would you rather
A.
be would you rather be the end piece or would you rather be the front piece or the middle piece?
I'm
And
not
this
eating
is what
double the
everyone
poop.
was asking you at work. I got
Yeah.
asked this on the daily for like 2 weeks straight. Well,
Yeah.
after that film came out, because these are professional ass people. We were working on a laboratory, people.
Yeah.
They're asking me if I wanted to be the ass
Mhm.
of a freaking centipede. I just
nasty.
I'm just saying.
See, no, trust
Yeah.
me. Though
It was
the first
terrible.
one was
Terrible.
more medically done and scientific. The second one was somebody who was less intelligent.
And he just like
Who-
duct taped everybody's mouths
They
to their
stapled.
Yeah, it
Stapled.
was because he was like a
Stapled.
copycat. He wasn't a doctor.
And he did
So
like
it was so
what was it, like
disgusting.
15 people or something?
Yeah,
It-
he did
and
something
he
something
stapled them,
stupid,
and
like
then he
something
gave them
wrong and
laxative.
stupid.
He gave them laxative.
Okay.
Yeah, it was-
Yeah,
that's
don't
it.
watch
You
it.
can
I
stop
don't- I
there.
can't.
That's- I
I'm
can't go any
sorry.
further with that. either.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
That's why I'm
Okay.
saying don't watch it. Don't watch it.
Hey,
It gets
Raven?
worse than that. It's bad.
Raven, what's your favorite
Because I've
zombie
seen
movie?
the film. That's why. See, if I have a visual representation of it, it bothers me more.
I
Yeah.
don't even need a visual representation. I have a very overactive imagination, and it's making me
So do I.
nauseous.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
bad.
No, yeah, we won't.
Sorry.
Talk about it.
Hey, Raven.
That's-
am
that goes
respectful.
under the gore
If
for
I
the
ever
sake of
talk about
gore
something,
thing.
if I ever talk about something that makes you uncomfortable, please let me know because I do try to be sensitive to other people's stomachs, even though my
Eating
own
poop
is
makes
not.
me
So
uncomfortable.
yes, yes.
I don't
What,
think you're
what did you
alone in
say?
that.
What did you say?
I said eating poop makes me uncomfortable.
Yes,
Oh
yeah.
God, yeah.
Oh
No,
God.
me too. I can't. No, that's a definite
Yeah, no
it's a
thank
line.
you.
Anyways, so
Raven, your favorite
yeah.
zombie movie?
Oh. See, what's funny about zombie films too is I actually
And
never
that's
was
your
a
home
huge
film.
zombie. Huh? What'd you say?
So that's your home films.
Oh.
Not my home. Oh God.
Good night, everybody.
That was a good one. I
That
liked
was
it.
good.
Thanks.
That was a real good
Thanks for
one.
coming out.
That was good. Oh my God.
Oh,
Good
are
thing
you
Yeah.
Tyler's not on
blushing,
camera.
hun? Hun, I could tell you're blushing by your voice.
I'm glad we're not on.
I don't need to see you to know.
That's me. That's me. That's actual my face right now.
Thank you very much for that, whoever that was. I missed it because I was doing a
So
funny.
yeah, I yeah. So my favorite. It's funny, I actually wasn't a huge zombie lover before I met Zombie. I didn't watch a lot of zombie films before I met Zombie, but after meeting Zombie, I've watched pretty much most zombie films. I would say
Except the
that my
one
favorite,
Tairn said.
yeah, except for that one. I mean,
Yet. Well, now we have to.
my favorite zombie
wow.
film of all time is Train to Busan.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes. That's a great one.
I don't think I've ever
Oh.
heard of it.
It's the most
Oh,
artistic.
it's
I am
so
a very
good.
much a cinematography
It's
fan. Like
Korean.
I'm
It's a
a
Korean movie.
I
Oh,
like
okay.
art. I
It's
I
so
like
good.
films to be art and actual art, not just trying to be art because some films try to be art and it's just not,
Right.
you know.
I forgot about
But
Train to
Train to
Busan.
Busan is a piece of art and it's so
Mm-hmm.
fucking beautifully done. It's the zombies are scary
Yeah, they are. They are scary as
and
hell.
it
But it's
rips your
also a
heart
really
out. That it's such a
beautiful
great
story
story.
to like sad,
Yeah,
beautiful.
I
I
mean
don't
it's
know.
So beautiful.
I loved it. I mean it's a little it's so it's one of those movies that I think, and this is not a knock on the movie. Like it's kind of predictable. You can kind of figure out like, okay, that person's gonna do this person's gonna, but it doesn't take away from anything. Like it's still a
No.
beautiful movie, even though you're like, yeah, that person's character arc has to do this for them to have any sort of redemption, and
That's
that's not a
that's
bad
the
thing.
beauty
Like
of it.
that's I
No,
think what
that's
makes
the
that
beauty of
movie
it.
like, yeah, it's a little predictable, but it's still such a great movie. Yeah, oh my god, I completely forgot about that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, great
it's so
movie.
good. But that's my favorite.
Yeah, no, that's a good one, and I think zombies movies have kind of they've been on the up for the last several years because of the
Walking
the
Dead.
Walking Deads and
Oh God, don't get us
whatever.
started on that one.
I
I
haven't
haven't
watched
seen
it in
it.
a couple years.
Dead
I haven't
used
either.
to be good.
It used to be good.
Good. And then
Ah,
It did.
it kind of lost me after um what was his name, Negan?
Once they brought on
Yeah,
Negan.
once
yeah.
they brought on
Yeah.
Negan, like the season where
It
that first
wasn't,
episode, I stopped watching. I think like shortly after that.
it
When
honestly wasn't his character though. Like a lot of people said it, like there were people that harped on his character when he first came on the
I
show.
liked
I
his
don't feel like
character. That
I don't
wasn't
feel
it.
like I don't feel like I lost interest because his character. I didn't. I lost interest because it was the same story again. It's the same
Yeah.
story every time. They move to a different place. Somebody takes over. These humans come in and wreck their world. They get, they go to another place. They get settled in. They get all comfortable. Life starts to get back to normal. Then somebody comes and wrecks their world again.
Well, you
Yeah.
It's
know
just the same
why they
thing
had to
over
move
and over and
locations,
over.
right?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I watched we watched up until that point. But
No, I mean like from a scientific point of view, why
yes,
they
no, I
had,
do. No, they have to. Yeah.
except for they didn't. If they had just stayed, the zombie
Yeah.
apocalypse is over in the South already. They moved up north where there were more
You're
zombies.
right. Once they went past Washington, you're right. Yeah. Once they went
So
out
in
of
order for
out of
the
Georgia,
show to
yeah,
continue,
and
they
up to
had to
north.
keep going north, where decomp and from from nature is slower. But if they stayed in the south, all the zombies that were in the south, unless they were just made, are gone. They've decomposed from
Dude, can
heat,
I?
from weather, from all the elements, a body decomposure. Whether because the way that they set up their zombies is their zombies decompose over time,
Yeah,
and since they've been
think about that.
at like a year or
Yeah,
two
they
in
are
the
really
in the
squishy.
show,
Yeah, they're squishy.
they've all decomposed. They can't hold themselves
No, yeah, that's
together.
what they right now. I mean, well, even when Negan came on, yeah, you're right. Like when Negan came on, that's where the zombies were at. Like they
But
were at
Because
that point.
unlike other zombie movies where the zombies are already decomposed and they can't decompose further, they gave their zombies a lifespan.
um, what I don't like about Walking Dead, what I like about Walking Dead is it is really good. But it is repetitive. But what I don't like about it is that people think that because they like Walking Dead, they like horror. Walking Dead is not
It's not
scary.
like it's
Not
not
really.
necessarily horror. Like to me,
There's
it's
some
more of
jumpy,
a
scary parts.
It's a jump scare, but it's not like
But
it's
those
still
people that watch that show would never be caught
watch
dead
like
going and
other
watching
horror
Dawn of the
films,
Dead.
or
They
yeah,
they
they're
would they're
not
not fans of
necessarily
horror.
fans of horror. They
Oh, I
they
gotcha.
necessarily they
You
would
know what I
probably
mean?
like downcast or downvote a horror film, but like they'll watch The Walking Dead every week. You know what I mean? It's just it's more of a calm down, and so is American Horror Story in a certain sense. Some of the
Oh
seasons
no.
are a little bit
Oh.
more like
there's
less.
also the difference between the TV show is designed to captivate
A
hundreds
certain
of thousands of
yeah,
people. So it's
exactly. You have
not
to
a
have an eclectic.
specialized.
Yeah,
So that
it's
way
not going to
somebody
be.
who's never watched horror could be like,
They
I'm not a
want
big
to
fan of
appeal.
scary,
Yeah,
but I can
Exactly.
watch this.
you're right. No, it has
Uh-huh.
its place too. That's why it has its place in. And honestly, Walking Dead has its place. It's just I lost interest. You know.
It got to the point where when you this is my problem with horror films and films in general, is that if I can rationalize my way out of a situation, it's no longer scary. They're just fucking stupid. That's
But
my
like
gripe with
that's like
a
horror
lot of
films.
horror
Like,
films.
yeah, I'm like that's like horror films. That's the whole thing though. Like because it's like it's providing proof that like in those situations logic goes out the window and you can't
But,
think. And
but at
so
the
in those
same time,
situations,
okay.
mhm,
But we all live in this world and we all have an understanding of how
mm,
many stupid people live in this world, right?
There's a few.
So the thing
yeah, I
about
wouldn't say
horror
Yeah.
movies is that it is realistic because those are
well, and we
things
all
that
here's the thing
normal
too.
that stupid people do,
Not just
you
stupid
know?
people. What
But
I'm
I
trying to
mean,
say
oh
is like
well, it is true. You panic and then you don't make
that's what I'm trying to say.
rational
You don't make
decisions.
rational decisions when you're fear. Okay, when you're under
I mean,
fear, a lot of people buckle under fear. That's what happens and you
that's
lose sense
true.
of what,
But
you know,
how many
reality is
horror films
or
have you seen? Just let me know if it's on more than one hand. Somebody is in your house and they're trying to kill you. You run, you start running. You have an option of running outside or running upstairs. How many
I'd
people
run
run
out the
upstairs?
door. But yeah, like
How many
Well,
people
that's
run
why
upstairs?
Scream was so beautiful, is
So
because she made
many
fun of that.
people.
yeah, she
Exactly.
made fun of that. Because yes,
Yeah,
no,
that's
you're
why I love
right.
Scream.
There is a genre that went through that, and that's the 19 like it was like the 1970s through the 1980s. A lot of those horror films, they had people that were distributing very like abnormal behavior, you know, in order to like capture, you know, like they oh, they made the wrong move. Well, the killer has a chance to get them. If they ran out the door, the killer wouldn't have a chance to get them, not at the speed they're walking. You
But
Well,
know,
we
it's
don't
you know,
also
like certain
agree
things.
though that the world is full of dumb people.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
So I
Somebody's
mean, they
gonna do
make
it.
dumb
Like, so
decisions. I
somebody's
mean,
gonna do it. And if
yeah,
they build up the
exactly.
character as being a character that kind of makes bonehead moves, you know?
Like I've seen people rob on like, like on I don't know, one of those 911 shows and where they like go to rob a convenience store so they grab the cash register and run and of course it's plugged in. So they end up fucking it snaps them back and they fall, they get caught. It's stupid
I think
things like
that's why.
that. You know,
I think
people do
honestly that's
dumb
why
things.
people have trouble connecting with like old horror compared to like that's why horror has become so much more mainstream.
But
You
some of
know,
that
Yeah.
older
mainstream
stuff
horror has
is
become much more like now you're not seeing that logical, like you're seeing, oh, they're doing the right thing, but they're still getting killed. You know,
See,
like
and
you
those
know,
are the ones that I like. The
yeah,
ones, because I don't know about you guys, but when I'm watching a horror film or a murder mystery or something, I'm playing along with the character that I'm following. Like in this situation, what would I do? Because I don't know about you, but if I'm watching a film, I get really involved and I become tense and scared
hmm,
while I'm watching it. So if I'm making a split decision when it's happening, like run upstairs, run outside, and I go out the door, go out the door. Like I'm with that person, and they run up the stairs. I'm like, why are you fucking kidding me?
yeah, no, that used to infuriate me too, and they always talk about that too. Like, I mean, on these, if you watch like some really great, like right now on AMC, they're doing Eli Roth. You know, Eli Roth does this like horror show, where they interview people, and they so they have like all these horror actors and stuff on there and they talk about stuff like that, you know, about behind the scenes in the movies and like yeah, like they know that that stuff was stupid, you know, like when they were writing the film they knew it was dumb, you know, and people still like they still get criticized for those old horror tropes that were, you know, done back then.
And that's why I like the ones that, or even I would like to see more of the films where the person is doing everything right. They thought about what they were doing. They came up with a plan, and it's a solid fucking plan. Like it's logical, it's rational, you know, and they execute it perfectly, and they still lose. That's the film that I want to see. You know, it's
Yeah.
like the killer or the monster or whatever it is just fucking smarter than you, and that's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Or that like even if the person like wins out in the end, you know, like that they're smart, you know, like that you outsmart them because that does happen a lot still at the end of some of these films. Like if you look at like the movie The Collector, which I thought was really really good,
Oh, that's a great
um
movie.
you know, The Collection or The Collector, if you see both of those films, which by the way they both have the same cover, so have fun. we
Figure
Or
out
like,
which
we
one.
figured, yeah, we were like, haven't we seen this? No, we haven't seen this. Like it's The Collector and The Collection.
or
Okay, pay
like,
attention.
what is it?
Like
House on
they have the
Haunted
same
Hill.
cover. Like
And
yeah.
the Haunting.
Well, and that one's hard. Yeah, House on Haunted. That one's always been hard because they have the House on Haunted Hill and then they have the Haunting of Hill House,
which
which
one's
is
the original? What's the Vincent Price movie? Isn't that House on the Haunted
that
Hill?
is the House on Haunted Hill.
Mhm.
That's a
That's Vincent
classic.
Price
That's a
movie.
great.
Yes.
That is a classic.
Oh
That is
man.
different. That's an entirely different
And
plot and
I think
everything.
there might be a remake of it they did in the early
There is.
2000s.
They
Yeah.
did.
Uh-huh.
It was good actually
Uh-huh.
too.
So like
Yeah,
that movie,
Camp.
I
a
like it.
lot of them did everything that they could. Like there's some people who did some really stupid things, like separating from the group. Never fucking do that. You know, never split the party.
I mean, don't get
But
me wrong. For me, I kind of giggle at things like that. I don't know. Like sometimes I'm like, come on, y'all. Like,
it's
come
just one of those
on.
things. Like if you gotta pee, you take a buddy. You know, everybody goes together. Girl code or some shit like that. Everybody goes
Well,
to the
that's why
bathroom
they
at the
made
same
all
No,
those
you
time.
just
scary
piss
movies.
yourself. Screw that. Just pee
That's why they made
yourself.
all those scary movies. Is because how funny horror
Never
films
go into
are.
a bathroom. This is a horror scenario. Never go into a bathroom.
I did
But
like
like
the scary
that
movies
one,
too.
they did everything that they could right
Wonderful.
from what they were dealing with because they were dealing with something supernatural. So the rules change because you're not dealing with a person, but like one person made it out. Though I kind of didn't really get the whole the ghost came and spared the dude because he screams I'm adopted. But
Right.
you know, but they made it out barely. Like they were seconds from death. There was no clear victory until like the last moment. Like if somebody, if the thing you're dealing with is smarter than you or more powerful than you or just better than you in every way and you barely scrape by, I will accept that. But if it's smarter than you and more powerful than you and you win by like a mile for no reason, I can't sustain my belief that much. You know?
I understand that.
I do
So
too.
you watch this person do the wrong thing the whole time and then win. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. This isn't a horror film. This is a dumb luck film.
But that's what the final girl's all about.
Dumb luck.
Don't you know?
Ooh, that's a great movie too. Is the
It's about
final girl?
That's yeah, that was a great film. If you've never seen, like, it's a spoof,
It's a
film.
funny,
But
yeah.
it's a funny, but it's really good. It's well executed. It's got a lot of funny actors and
Makes
actresses
fun
in
of
it.
horror in a way,
Makes fun
but
of makes fun of like the
but
peanut
honors it
fire
at the
movies
same
and
time.
yeah, but honors it at the same time. It's really good. Highly suggested. It's not really scary, but if you're, a horror fan, it's funny.
I'd like to switch gears from film to let's jump around here. Horror video games. What I know Zombie plays, not Zombie. Well, maybe she does. Raven plays a lot of the. Oh, you know what we forgot to do, guys? I'm so sorry. Let me do this. I forgot to shout you all out. You all should go check out Tairn13 and SlicedRaven and Zomby. So go check them out. Yeah. Raven plays a lot of well, this month Raven's doing all horror games, and
we'll be doing horror
yeah,
games until the end of the year.
till the end of the end of the year.
Well, probably past the end of the year. Yeah, we'll be doing horror games probably into February.
Oh, nice.
That's how we celebrate Christmas.
And Raven, not Raven, Tairn is streaming Dungeons and Dragons from now until forever.
Yeah.
And yeah, so go check them out because they are awesome. But yeah, favorite horror video games, and I guess why horror, I guess, translates so well into video games. Raven, what are your thoughts?
So why it translates so much into video games?
Yeah. What?
Oh God. The immersion. Of course. You play a horror game and you're in it. It's far scarier for me to play a horror game. Ask me why I play horror games on stream.
Why do you play horror games on stream?
Because Zomby dared me to. She told me to put Outlast on my redemptions, and so I did.
Oof.
And that was the first PC stream I ever did too. And I had to because I didn't have Outlast on PlayStation 4. And so I did it on Zombie's laptop. I did a stream of it, and I was terrified. I couldn't play. I noped out of so many horror games off stream before that. I couldn't play horror games. No, I don't play horror games off stream.
Oh wow!
Like those same games that I play on stream, I won't play them off stream.
No, she won't.
The immersion is too much for me. I get scared. I scare myself. Y'all seen me.
Oh, man, I scared her today. All I did was walk in the kitchen.
I can't play a game by myself in a room.
I have that effect on people too, though, Zombie.
You know, so I can play horror games like we play Phasmophobia.
I know you're insulting yourself, but you're kind of insulting me too. It's like a double whammy.
What, me?
No, not you.
Oh, what?
Ryoko insulted both of us, me and Ryoko.
What did you say, Ryoko?
I said I have that effect on people too.
Because I said that I scared you earlier because all I did was walk in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's true. She did.
I scared her.
Terrified me. I had a heart attack in there. I was like,
it was my beauty, though. It was my beauty.
That's the you. It's your beauty. Me.
It's your beauty too, Ryoko.
You say that, I'm just looking at your GIF. Go
looks awful. I shouldn't do that.
It's all right. Look at what my gift's doing.
Ah! 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 Ah!
I'm just down here with my mystery wind.
This is I can't do Tairns as well because I gotta.
Whoosh. But yeah, I can't play horror games. Like it's weird. Like in real life, when I'm scared, I'm extremely focused and I overanalyze situations. Like when something bad happens to me in real life, I don't panic to where I'm useless or anything. I get hyper focused. All emotions go out the window, and I'm like this cold, calculating bitch. But afterwards, I'll have a complete breakdown. But when I'm playing horror video games, I get inside my own head because I'm limited by the reactions I can take.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're like, you have to walk through this hallway, and I'm like, there's no fucking way I would walk through that hallway because that right there is something's gonna pop out of there, and I know it, but I'm forced to do it. So like
You're
I'm
out of
immersed.
control.
Yeah, I'm not in control of the situation, so it triggers my anxiety and makes me panic. And I'm like, I'm not gonna willingly put myself in a panic-induced state to where I can't breathe because I can't control what's happening. So I don't play horror games for that exact reason. Like this isn't fun. This isn't fun for me. There's no way in hell I would walk up some rickety ass stairs in an abandoned building in the middle of the woods and be like, nope, that looks like a fucking trap. I'm gonna go back where I came from. So I can't do horror video games because like there's no way in hell I would ever be in this situation and do what these people are doing right now. Oh, I think I heard something in the basement. Well, it could
You're like,
fucking
I'm
stay in the
smarter than
basement.
that. Right. I get that. I get that.
I heard a local legend that there's like undead that live underground. I heard something scratching in the basement. Well, let's put a fucking chest in front of that door and set the house on fire and fucking leave because it's abandoned. Nobody gives a shit anyway. Let's go. Bye. Like, no, we have to go investigate. The fuck we do? No,
Why?
we
No.
run out the front door, not up the stairs.
Now,
So-
like, I understand like situations like the game that I just played, like Silver Chains is actually pretty good, you know. Like, I mean, the whole logic of it. I mean, he got into a car accident, goes up to the house looking for help, and then passes out and ends up in the house, locked inside, and then has to find a way out. So that makes sense. I
So,
mean,
then
The door is locked. There are more ways out of that house than the fucking door. It's
that's
a break
true.
window.
You
They're
know,
all
It's
I've
called
break
an
window
axe.
personally.
It's
That's what he
called an
never
axe.
tries. I mean,
Just
I
saying.
just try to. But then I think more or less the whole thing is he finds out that it's he's linked to that house and all. So
what about you, Zombie? Do you
I
play?
live for the horror.
Do you have a favorite
I live.
horror video game?
Ooh, God, a favorite. The problem with me is that I don't remember a lot of things that I've played. Oh, Layers of Fear.
Layers of Fear.
Hands down, absolutely love that game. I love horror, unlike Tairn13. I love it. I can play
horror.
video games, no problem.
I love horror. It just scares me when I'm by myself. I
No,
can't do
and there's
it.
nothing wrong with that.
I'm
But
like,
I
like
can
playing
play
it
it.
on stream.
I
Though. I can
like.
play it on stream.
It's funny because in real life, if you want to go hunting for ghosts, I will not go. Do not
course
ask
you
me.
won't
I am
go.
not brave in that way.
No, that's
But when
it's
it
stupid to do that.
That's rude.
exactly, but when it
She's
comes
like,
to
"That's
video
too
games,
reckless."
I'm like, let's do it. Like it's different. It's
Yeah.
completely different. It's like
But
I'm
she
brave.
coaxed me into playing video games on stream, and I ended up liking it. So
I did. I played the
hilarious.
Amnesia games, everything.
it's just
Which is-
hilarious.
It's hilarious because I've actually gone ghost hunting in real life.
Oh,
See?
really?
See, that's what I'm saying. It's so funny how
That's
you could
pretty
be
Because like
totally different.
the premise of actually finding one terrifies me, but the amount, because I've had people who said, some weird shit's happened in my house. Will you help me like figure out what's going on? I'm like, okay, yeah, I got a tape recorder, I got a video camera, we could do like EVP and all that kind of stuff, see if we find anything. And like the curiosity of finding something and intrigues me. The fact of possibly finding something terrifies me, but the puzzle of logically figuring out what's actually happening oversteps the supernatural belief. I'm like, okay, so you hear this thing or you did this thing. I'm like, let's check to see if there's a gas leak. Maybe it's not actually anything. Let's see if you have sleep apnea, which can cause people to sleepwalk and move things in their sleep. So, like, figuring out the puzzle over intrigues me than the
I get
potential that
that.
there's something
That makes sense.
supernatural going on is logically figuring out what it is. Now, if I can't logically figure out what it is, I'm just like, you need to fucking move. I'm out. Bye.
Yeah.
I'm never coming to your house again.
So it's funny you guys mentioned that. So where I used to live when I first moved up here, I had a roommate, and at the time I was still sleeping on the couch. So I had to sleep on the couch for the first like fucking month and a half that I lived here. Um, so I got home from work one night, go to bed, woke up in the middle of the night, and where the couch was, I could kind of see the bathroom. Well, at least the door, not really the doorway to the bathroom, but I could see the light coming out of the bathroom because her father would leave like a nightlight on in case he had to go out, get up in the middle of the night to take a dump or whatever. So I woke up the one night and either it looked like the light was flickering or there was like a shadow in there. I'm like, all right, that's a little weird. So I roll over and I go back to bed. The next day, my roommate, they're telling me, how they heard like a knock on their door, like knock 3 times, blah 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 blah. I'm like, well, that's fucking weird. And then I tell her about the light thing. So either the next night, or a few nights later, I had to work late, so I get done work at 10. I stop at Burger King because I like garbage, and I'm having a little trouble falling asleep. So I'm laying there on the couch, and all of a sudden, I'll never forget this. Out of nowhere, I hear down the hallway. I hear 3 knocks, just like that.
On the window if you want me.
So
That's on the pipe. Sorry.
that's a good song. So I, jolt up. I look down the hallway, and I literally just yell, "What?" I think I yelled twice. So then my phone buzzes, and she's texting me. She's like, "Was that you?" I'm like, "No, it wasn't fucking me. What the fuck was that?" And I'm like, "Get out here!" And she's like, "No, fuck that. I'm not moving." So I'm like, "God damn it!" And I'm like, I'm shaking because I'm just so scared. So I'm like, "Fuck it. I'm coming to you." So I get out of bed, stagger down the hall, shaking, and I'm like, trying to figure out what to do. And I laid in bed we laid in bed together, and I couldn't get comfortable, and she went right back to sleep, and I'm kind of passing in and out of consciousness, and then all of a sudden I hear what sounds like somebody trying to get into the room, and I jump up screaming, and I kind of like, I guess I don't know what it kind of like woke me up. So I run over, and I kind of like, I just, I grab her, and she woke up. I don't know. Oh my god! She's like screamed like bloody murder. I'll never forget that. Like I'll never forget the sound she made when I like woke her out of a dead sleep. And I'm like, something's trying to get into the room. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, fuck this. We're done in here. Like I'm going back to the couch, and you're gonna have to sleep out there because I'm not fucking sleeping in here. In retrospect, and I said this later, that I think the sound and she said it too, of something trying to get in the room, was probably her fucking dog putting its dead weight on the door. So that was that. But yeah, that house was haunted. Not only was that not well, not only that house was haunted. I think she was haunted.
People can be haunted.
Yeah, she's haunted.
Sure.
She's a magnet.
Well, and especially if they've like.
We don't need to talk about that.
That's why you
That's
shouldn't
real
go.
stuff.
That's why you
That's
shouldn't
why I
go
said I
ghost
like
hunting.
fake stuff.
Don't go.
I don't.
Don't
I
go
don't
ghost
know.
hunting. Don't fuck with the Ouija
He
board.
doesn't want to.
I would
don't.
never.
I
would
yelled at
I've
never.
I yelled
I've
at
done
her.
both.
I've had friends do it. I did not.
I yelled at her the one
Yeah.
time because she came back and her now girlfriend was like, "Oh yeah, we fucked with the Ouija board." And I yelled.
Well, no wonder she was haunted.
I was like, dude, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, really,
Hey.
what is fucking wrong with you?
Hey, I messed with the Ouija board on Halloween with a couple of my friends, and well, we were doing it because we believed that the house that I was in was haunted. There's like this giant hole in the basement wall that just led to dirt, and I'm like, I bet somebody's buried in there.
Why would
They
you even
probably
tempt
were.
that? Why would you want to know?
No, I'm not joking. I actually so we
this is
actually me and my
interesting.
mom actually just reminisced on this.
Are you okay, Zombie?
Yeah, no, there's this
Oh, I'm excited about Raven's
Okay,
story.
okay.
my
Thank you.
mom, her
Mhm.
sister, purchased this house when I was younger, and it was an old house, and we were going through it, and they were looking to fix it up and sell it, and they we went downstairs, and there was a, like a about like I want to say like a waist level, of concrete that went up, and then inside of that concrete was dirt, and there were headstones
Oh,
Wait, where?
in the basement.
In your basement?
Not in my basement. This was my aunt's house that she purchased to fix up. It was big in my family. Like they like to purchase, like my grandmother did it. She flipped homes. So did my aunt. And so they like way like a long time ago. And so when I was really young, they purchased this home to flip, and we went to go see it. And yeah, I was actually the one that found the headstones in the basement.
see, that sounds a lot like the house that I used to live in, except for there weren't any headstones. It was just this. It came up to
Just bodies?
about.
That's why I
Oh.
was saying there were probably bodies.
There's like there was a cut hole in the wall, and it went back for about probably 15 feet, and it was, let's see, 15
Home
feet deep,
cemeteries.
and it was like
I don't know.
maybe 6 feet wide, and it was just dirt, and it was about 5.5 feet tall before this opening started. And like my mom had when she was talking to the landlord, like grabbed him and like this said a name, and she's
Yeah.
like, who is this? And they're like, I don't know. And then like called her back like a week later, like, oh, apparently they were some of the people who originally owned this home. He goes, oh, I think he died here, and apparently he had committed suicide or something in the house.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
But I mean, that's the stuff that's always happened to our family. Like we've always been kind of like in touch. Except for me, I'm like a null. It's fine. But like my sister was taking a shower once, and like the radio would start changing stations, and she would like leave to go get something. She'd come back and the shower would be off.
Oh
She's
hell
like,
no.
God damn it! And then like in my room, you could hear people yelling and arguing in the living room, and I would hear footsteps just into my room, and like something would jump on my bed. I'm like, get the fuck out! We're not doing this tonight. And then like we always thought that somebody was really angry in the living room, and we never talked to each other until after we moved out. And they're like, yeah, you guys used to fight all the time. And they're like, we were never in the living room. I'm like, no, I heard you. And I'm like, no, I heard you in the living room. And like, no, I heard the two of you in the living room. I'm like, oh, nobody was in the living room. Just people fighting in the living room.
Yeah,
where
Yikes.
nobody ever
fuck
was.
that.
Oh hell no.
Yeah, no.
So like it doesn't freak me out, like ghosts and stuff, because I guess the only ones I've ever like encountered are residual. So do you guys know the different types of ghosts?
Yeah.
Okay, so for anybody who doesn't know what a residual ghost is, it's a ghost that's playing on a loop.
Yep.
They're stuck in a certain time frame. They don't know that you exist. They
The
carry
drug.
on their lives, quote unquote, and don't actually interact with you.
Oh, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're stuck in a particular time loop. That's there's a lot of famous ghosts. They're like, oh, the white lady walks through here, and she usually walks
Yeah.
through here about this time. It's because it's a residual ghost. That's her daily pattern that she is stuck in forever.
There's a lot of ghosts like that in New Orleans. Like that book that I have has a lot of ghosts that are residual. Because
Yeah,
they
poltergeists are
had
the
a
scary
task.
ones.
They
I
had
don't
a
ever want
task
to meet
that they
one
were
of those.
performing. What?
Are we really like you guys are gonna freak me out?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
How
sorry,
about
guys.
hey Tairn? I don't
Yes.
know if we asked you. What is your favorite horror video game?
Horror video game? I don't really play horror games, but my new favorite one to watch is Phasmophobia whenever Raven's playing.
Raven's really good at it.
I don't know
I
about
love
good. I wouldn't
I,
call it that. I'm good at pissing off the ghosts.
Isn't
I
that
just
the
love watching your reactions, especially if I'm watching it through somebody else's stream, and I can just hear your muffled screaming in the background. It's
And
my
Tiny's just dying.
Tiny's dying, Red's dying, like whoever I'm watching, and just
Yeah,
hear
Red's
just
dying.
hear Raven like
That
go
clip was far better
screaming
than anything I
through
had
the
on my stream,
scene.
honestly.
It's
Like just because Red's reaction to my screaming outside of the door was like fucking golden.
like
Like,
that's
oh
my
my
new
god.
favorite thing to watch is you playing Phasmophobia because it is the best thing I have ever seen ever. Like clip with Tiny when she's hiding in the closet and you just hear, "Oh no, I'm dead!" I'm dead,"
hang on.
as you run by. Oh my god, I was losing my shit. It was so funny.
I'm gonna be right back.
I was whenever
Okay,
I saw that
Ryoko.
Alright.
too. Not gonna lie, like I
We're
was
gonna,
like,
you know
she's
what?
hiding.
Do we want to
I
take
didn't even know she was hiding in the closet.
do we want to take a quick break?
Yes, I need to get a drink.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna mute our mics. Wait a minute. Why isn't the Tairn music still playing?
Because it was only set to that scene.
Damn it, I thought I had it set for this scene too. Oh well, I guess I didn't. Good job, Ryoko. Okay, so Ryoko will be right back, as will everybody else. We
But my
are
drink.
back. Hi, everybody.
Okay.
You all be happy to know
Hello.
I found
Hi.
my makeup
Hello.
kit. It was in
Nice.
the back of my car, right where it belongs.
Always, right?
Yeah. So.
How does it get to the places it gets? I mean, really.
Oh, I'm
Like,
lazy.
the things that you
That's
place.
how.
The same
It's
way
not
that
laziness.
hair bands find
It's
themselves in the weirdest places.
it's not laziness. I'm telling you.
Oh no, for me it's
just
it's literally laziness. That's been sitting in my car for over a week.
yeah, but you probably just kept forgetting about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just saying. I forget that. Oh my god, that's what happens. Like I just forget where I put things all the time.
so I thought about this while we were on break, and
Mhm.
I don't know if there's a movie like this out there,
Yeah.
but a movie I'd like to see is I don't even know if it would be a horror film at this point. More of a kind of coming of age film where you follow this serial killer in training or wannabe, but like he keeps failing until he finally succeeds. So like you're rooting for this guy to quote unquote win, but to win he's actually murdering people. Just like take the trope of a classic horror film and flip it over. So you're following the killer or the monster or whoever, but the fucking kids or whatever they keep getting away, and you're just like, come on, guy, come on, you can do it. You're like, wait, I'm rooting for him to kill people.
So like Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
darker and scarier.
Right. Right. Well,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Obviously.
I think that
Yeah.
would be like a really interesting film, but I don't even know if you would count it as a horror film at that point.
Good. Well, it like I said, if it could be in the spoof category, really.
Yeah.
I think it'd be an interesting thing to see. I'd like to see a film like that.
I would watch it. But that's not saying much. I like horror. I watch all of it.
hmm She does. All of
Also,
it.
I told my
We've
mom
seen some bad ones.
what we were talking about tonight and how I was telling you guys about my experience with our haunted house, and she just started giggling. She was like, "Yeah, that place was weird."
We had a haunted apartment. I'll talk about it at some point.
Oh no. I don't want to.
Not when Zombie's unvoiced, though.
I was joking. You could talk about it. We don't live there anymore. Our house
Yeah,
is
we
fine
don't.
though, right?
Yeah.
Our
Our
house
house,
seems fine.
I haven't had any experiences here.
I mean, there is a giant Jack in the Box clown staring at me right now,
I
but
still haven't had any experiences here. Not really. This door on this room keeps closing on me. That's weird.
Probably different pressures when your air conditioner kicks
It
on.
is.
and
Well,
the TV
That's
turns
good.
on and
I
off.
leave,
That little
so
TV turns on and off when it's in the guest bedroom,
it does do that.
Faulty electrical.
which
Which I
wouldn't be
would agree with
surprising.
too. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised because I think when they
Mm-mm.
redid this house, they overdid they put too many lights on.
Yeah.
what I
See,
Oh,
that
think.
our light bulbs go out really quick in this
Yeah.
house.
Even
which could
LEDs.
also be from the faulty electricity, because if there's too much running through it, it can cause shortages or
So
power
what we do
on
is we just don't
and
run much. Yeah.
overexposure to your filaments or LED lights.
That's why we don't run as much. We just run what we need. They just
See,
overdid it. They put so much lighting back in this house. So
see, that's what I was talking about. The curiosity of figuring out the mystery overdoes the potential of actual supernatural stuff for
I get
me.
that.
The curiosity of it. Now, if I ever ran into something that I could not explain, like if something apparated in front of me and it was like get out or you'll die, I'd be like, you know what? Fair. I'll see you never. Bye. I'm out. You only
Ooh.
gotta tell me once. I'm like, okay, this is your domain. I'm good. Bye.
I would
But it
I would die of fright if that
Have
happened.
you guys ever seen, it's an older movie. Have you ever seen the movie Entity?
No.
no.
Okay. Now that is a scary, scary movie about ghosts. I mean, this ghost is violent to this woman, and like she's got her children and everything in the house, and like this ghost even like
It's
rapes
an
her and
incubus.
everything.
Oh my
It's an
God.
incubus. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
it's
content warning. It's an incubus. Yeah, so it
So it's more of
does
a demon
assault her.
movie.
Oh yeah.
So
Well,
it's
I
less
mean, no,
ghost, more
it's not. It's
demon.
I wouldn't call it a demon, would you?
no, because even
So
ghost hunters help them hunt them, and no, it's a
Yeah,
ghost.
it's a
It
ghost.
well,
is.
see
It's a
that's
It's
very strong phantom, I think, is what it
see
was, or something.
that's
Well,
it's
where
an
no, it's
like
an
entity.
incubus.
That's
Is
what
what
it
it was.
is.
I think
It's
it
an
was an
entity.
incubus, right?
well, an
Yeah.
incubus is a type of demon.
An incubus is a type of demon.
Yes, because it's
Yeah.
an incubus isn't created from a human soul, which leaves demon
It was called
or
entity,
So
so
angel.
I don't know if it was an incubus. I just
that
thought of it that way
that
because it
movie
was
is
so
supposed to
violent and
be
assaulting.
one of those that's based on
But since it was
real
so violent
life
and
and
assaulting, it would
everything.
probably be an incubus, right? By
It's like
nature.
this may just be my personal reference, but from my understanding is that when you have ghosts or hauntings and stuff like that, if it's from a human soul, like this person haunts this area and this person was violent, that's why there's a poltergeist, but that entity has a name. It was a person that existed on Earth at some time. But if you just have an evil presence who does evil things, generally they're referred to as demons because they were never an actual person.
Oh,
Just
that makes
like
sense.
if you have
No,
a
I think this was
malevolent
the actual person.
haunting
I
with
think
the
this one's
it
an
does
actual person. That's why I'm like, I don't know if it was an
Because
actual
even there were
incubus, because I think it was
ghost
a
hunters,
person.
and the ghost
Yeah.
hunters caught it, and there was history on this person when they
But
were
it's kind of
alive.
like the movie. What's that movie? The Grave, the dancing on the grave. Someone's son.
Rave to the grave.
Grave
Grave
dancers.
dancer. Grave
Grave
dancers.
dancer.
What am I? Oh my god. What's the dancing on the graves movie? Jesus.
Yeah, grave dancers.
the stripper. Someone come and get her. Sorry.
That was a great movie, Grave Dancers. That was a good one. It's one of those 8 films to die for.
Hmm.
Have you guys ever watched those? They come out. Do they still come out, hun?
What? The
The 8
8 films?
films to
No,
die
I don't think
for.
they do. But they were
They
really
for a
good.
few years they would come out like during Halloween time. They would come out with 8.
She only
I
comes
think it was
out at
independent
night.
films. Yeah, and they're really good. Really good.
They were actually like very well done, and we went to see some of them in the. Did we ever go to the? We went to the theater. Did we ever get into the theater showings of them? I feel
No,
like
we
we did
didn't.
one time. Did we not?
No, we didn't.
Are you sure?
We weren't able
Because they
to.
used to do, it was so cool, right? They would release them into theaters, these 8 films, and you could get the total like complete package where basically you would go and watch all 8 films. So you could do like a marathon
In
at
one
the
day.
theater
Yeah.
in one
Yeah.
day. And it was like an all day thing that you would do. But it was super, like, it was like $30 to $40, I think, or something. But you had to get your
Because
tickets
they're independent films.
right away. Yeah, they're all independent films. So
It was
but
like
they're
a contest,
good.
and that
They're well
there are
done.
8
Yeah, they were
films
like
that they choose.
some of the best like horror films are indie films, and or like started off as indie films. I mean, a lot of people have miss like they have a lot of feelings about Saw, the series in general. A lot of people didn't really care
I
for
just
it.
can't tell which movie or which killing is from which movie for the most part.
It
If
kind
you
of
watch
jumped the
it
shark.
if you watch it from start to finish,
Yeah, if you do,
it is like a puzzle. Like the whole thing is, I mean, the jigsaw, it does, like, you see the full thing, but like it is hard because they came out with the films so like sometimes far apart,
they did.
and you would forget things. But like I love, what I love about them is going back and watching the ones before and seeing
Yeah,
like,
we've done that.
oh,
We've gone back and
that
just to check.
character was there, like I
You
just
could
didn't
check
notice
facts.
him,
Yeah,
like
you'll see it.
pineapples.
Pineapples.
Hey
Apples.
guys, you guys want some pineapples?
Pineapple.
I don't know why everybody does like a weird Kermit the Frog impression.
Pineapples.
It's just a deep voice that you just kind of have a little country accent on.
Oh.
The true horror, people reenacting Dan Dan's voice.
Oh, that is the true horror. I don't talk about this, but I usually don't talk about this.
I'll be sliding into your DMs. I'll see you later.
I'll see you soon, Kate.
This just went off.
Sorry. For anybody who's watching this now or in the future in the VODs, the Dan emote came into chat and
Ryoko,
we just
I'm
reenacted
wondering why you don't ever turn these into podcasts.
Well, a lot of these I save them, and
It would be a good podcast. That makes sense.
the DWRs I was putting up on YouTube.
That's dinner with Ryoko Raven.
Yeah, that's dinner with.
Thank you.
No, she knows that one. And listen, in
that in itself is a meme.
Only now it's a meme.
And
My
listen,
entire life is a meme.
I just want to say this: IHD. I'm pretty bad with a lot of acronyms too. IHD is in her defense, by the way. I just made that one up.
I know you did.
Good, because I didn't know that one.
What do you all think of the Final Destination? So, Reassure brings up a really good point. The last Final Destination movie.
I don't remember the last one. I'll be honest with
Was
you.
that the one where
I lose track of those.
Yeah, which one was the last
her
one?
name? River. She was in a mental institute, and they break her out to figure out.
No,
death,
that's the second one.
You gotta give,
that's the second.
You gotta give the main accident. What was the main accident in this one?
It was on the bridge.
Was it the car? The race car?
bridge.
Oh, the
Oh, the
bridge.
bridge.
Oh,
That was a
okay.
good one.
Oh.
How many movies are there?
Several.
Oh God.
Because
I only know of 3.
7?
Yeah.
I want to say
6 or 7. Yeah.
Oh God, I've only seen the first 3.
Yeah, the first one's really good. The second one's okay.
There's some in there that are okay.
I like the race car one.
Hey Slayer, how are you?
How did you like the race car one?
Oh, I thought it was awful.
Yeah, the race car one.
I thought it was awful.
That one.
I hated
that
it.
One.
That was
really?
God. I mean, it's a movie and you gotta suspend, whatever. But I don't as a fan of like motorsports, I'm like that could never ever happen. Like it would never happen.
Right.
Like the thing that about the first two, like those could actually happen. The plane crash,
There's 5 movies?
the accident on the highway, even the roller coaster one's a little outlandish, but even still, like, yeah, something can go wrong with
I guess
a roller
I just felt
coaster.
like they kept going on and on, like Fast and the Furious. Sorry.
But the last one on the bridge, I'm gonna, and you know what, the movie came out like 10 years ago. So if you haven't seen it by now, tough.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. It's not
2006, 2009, and 2011.
So the last one
movie came out in 2011.
is not a sequel. It's a prequel. It ends with the final 2 people getting on the plane that explodes.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
Does.
And when that happened, I almost fell out of my chair. I was like, "Oh my God, that's
pretty cool.
That's so fucking cool."
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
sometimes they do it right in the last one though. It's like Scream 4.
Oh, no, they're
Scream
coming out with
4
another
brought
one
it
though,
back.
which I'm looking forward to. I hope they do it good. Oh, I'm hoping.
I don't know.
So
Sometimes
I think it's. So you said it was in the second one, was the one where they broke her out of the mental institution.
Yeah, Allie Lauder.
Yeah. Allie Lauder. Yeah.
Okay.
The pride of Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know that, but
in that movie, they think that they finally defeated death or whatever because they were all alive and all this kind of stuff. And then the kid dies, and because they had saved him earlier in the film, and it wasn't their turn to die, and then it starts over again.
Mm-hmm.
But the kid wouldn't have died had they not been there to cause the reason why he should die, so why does his death matter?
Maybe he
If
was in a.
them being alive would have
Maybe
caused
that's
him to
fine.
die, and then they saved him, so really his death shouldn't be part of the count, because they saved him from a death that shouldn't have happened anyway. See, I think really hard into these movies, like too hard. I'm just kind of like,
But if they would
For
have
your
died,
why?
then if they would have died, so would have that kid, because they wouldn't have been there to save him.
but
Yeah.
he only needed saving because they were there.
You're right. No, in the
They
second one,
would've-
that was a
they
plot failure
They would have
in
caused
that
that
film.
kid's death because he's there. So
No,
them
you're
saving-
right. Are you talking about what's his face? It's Stifler. He's yes. That was a fail on their part when he died.
No,
No.
sorry about
Like
the
I don't
second
think
one.
that they should have done that.
Yeah,
I
That's
don't
the
think that it should
that's
have
the
done
first
that way
one.
with that.
That's the first one,
Yeah,
Raven.
Stifler dies in the first one.
Oh, you're talking about okay. Who am I
it's
thinking
the
about
second
then?
one. It's the little kid that gets hit by the car who starts the death thing over again because they saved him earlier in the
Right.
movie. But the
Oh.
only reason he needed saving is because they were there in the first place. So he didn't need saving because they were causing his death.
How did they cause his death though? What was his death? Because I don't remember which scene
Yes,
you're
that
talking
one.
about.
At the end he gets hit by an ambulance, or something like, oh no, he explodes from a fire from the grill or something like that, and it starts the death chain over again. They save him from being hit by an ambulance because of something that they caused to
Oh
begin with.
yes, this is the one with the logs, hun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I know which one. I just can't remember the scene with the kid though. That's the
kid.
problem.
I know which one you're talking about. No, I know
So
one you're talking about.
had
That no,
they
like I said, that was like I
a
said, they have a
major
couple plot failures.
a
It's not
major
that
plot
it's
failure to their
yeah.
whole war, and I'm just like, what
I didn't
now?
really like the second one.
I didn't
I
really
didn't think
like
it
the
was
second
very
one
good.
either, to be honest. It wasn't that great. Yeah, it wasn't my favorite one. I did like the fourth one. I liked the first one.
Yeah, the first and the fifth. The last one,
Like,
The
probably.
fifth one,
like
I'm sorry, not the fourth. Well, the
there's
fourth.
some genres that just need
I
to
like
learn
the
how to
fourth.
stop. But
And
there's just some
then
genres that just one movie was
I
good.
liked the third. You know, I liked was the third one. Yeah, the Deadly Roller Coaster. I
Yeah,
didn't like that one. I'm
That
not
had the
gonna lie.
roller coaster.
Like you said, Raven, it's like the Fast and Furious movies. The first one was good.
Yeah,
The
no, the
second
Fast
one
and
was
Furious
shit.
movies.
The
They
third
did
one
too
was
far.
good, and the
No,
fifth,
I'm sorry.
fourth, and
Like
fifth one was kind of
you know, like I love. I'm trying to think of his name.
Paul
Escaping me
Walker?
right now. Paul Walker. I do. I loved him as
R.I.P.
an
Paul
actor.
Walker.
I did. I did.
Mhm.
Rest in peace. But they should have just ended it when he died. Like
Yeah, I mean,
I
but
don't know why they continued.
second movie was unnecessary.
I
That
mean, I
movie was
understand them
straight garbage.
finishing it. I understand them finishing the last one in remembrance of him because they were in the process of filming it. I get that. Like, and with his brother and everything, that was beautifully done. I saw the film. It was good. Thought it was a great ending. Should have just ended it there. I just don't see the point continuing. But I felt that way about Glee too. Whenever I don't know, sometimes when these actors die, like I'm just like, just let it go.
Let it go.
Let it
Let
go.
Oh God.
We don't give a fuck anymore. I mean, sorry. Different song. Different song.
So, Raven, you mentioned you don't play horror games off stream. Did
Without
you
friends.
did you play? What was the first horror game? Did you not play horror games before?
I did.
Zomby
I
did.
I played horror games. I tried to play Outlast for Zombie at one point because she was having trouble with the part, and I freaked out. I couldn't do it. And then I tried to play. Then I tried to play Evil Within, the first one. I got to one of the creatures in that. She's like this six-legged, walking backwards exorcist bitch that chases you down this hallway, and I noped the fuck out. I was done.
Yeah, she never went back to it again.
I never went
I
back to
feel
that.
you.
I could not. Nope. And I honestly, I'm gonna do a redemption for Evil Within 2
Ooh.
because I just can't. It's been sitting in my library for like 2 years.
Like, I've tried playing horror games. It only lasts all of like 10 minutes, and then I'm like, this was a waste of money.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I'm sorry, go
I
ahead.
tried
Oh, see, I
I
use them up
tried
like candy.
playing
It's like, God, just keep them coming. Come on now.
I tried playing like a
Good
friend's
ones
copy
too.
of Resident Evil. I don't know which one. No, not Resident Evil. Silent Hill.
Ugh.
And I didn't get past the tutorial part because once the zombies like started crawling at me from under the cars, I was done. I'm like, I can't shoot it. I can't aim down. No, I'm done. I'm done with this game. And like I tried getting through the
Resident Evil
tutorial.
7.
It was a Silent Hill game because I remember a
Oh,
lot
it's
of
Silent Hill
fog.
game. See, I can't do. I've actually never played the Silent Hill games.
I couldn't do it. And then like I tried
I tried to play
playing
one and I tapped out once again. Like I
I
played one.
tried playing Dead by Daylight and I couldn't get through the tutorial. I couldn't just the
I love horror and I get scared by it. Like games, it's so immersive. That's what I was saying, earlier.
yeah.
It's just so immersive and it's so there. Like it's different than watching a film. I'm outside of it, like but with a game, it's just the sounds. I think the atmospheric sounds get to me more than anything else.
I think the closest I've ever gotten to actually play for me, I consider it a slightly nod in the horror genre, but it's not a horror game at all.
No.
Though Raven, you might disagree with me, is Myst.
It's horrific in the fact that I hate it.
And that's
Thanks, I hate it. I love you, Tairn. I know you only gave it to me out of love. And
because like that game is super hard.
Appreciate you. It's so fucking hard.
But like what
Oh.
creeps me out about it is that it's all atmospheric. And there's like
it is. No,
there's
you're
like
right.
cuts that you can't
Very
stop.
unsettling.
And there's like later in the game, in like the third one, there's a guy who's actively trying to kill you, and can at the end if you do the wrong choices. And well, actually, in the first one, people are trying to trick you so they can kill you. So it's got like a horror element, but you're alone in this world, and you can only see people at a distance who run away from you. And it's just very atmospherically creepy, but it's not really a horror game. Unless you're terrified of puzzles and then it's scary as fuck.
I know, yeah. It's not. It's just the atmosphere. It's just the whole the tone of it and.
Yeah, it's a creepy game. Like it's really creepy. Like
it's got some
the sounds and some of the things you see in there.
Zombie, what she thinks about the Chucky movie from last year. I saw that reassurance.
They're still making them?
Okay, so what happened here was
oh god,
Seed of Chucky did so terribly in theaters
that
okay,
awful.
Yeah, it was. It was
Hey,
terribly awful. We
you
still
know,
watch it.
everybody has their own opinion, and
Zombie
I
still likes it. She
love
loves Jennifer
Chucky.
Tilly. Okay.
Okay.
She
Oh
loves,
my
she has a deep
god,
love for
yeah.
Jennifer Tilly,
How
and
can
I do
you not?
too. I mean,
What's not
I
to
love
love
Jennifer Tilly.
about
Okay,
Jennifer Tilly? Okay.
Okay, so for the
do love
4-H
Jennifer Tilly.
Chucky movie, it was a bad Chucky movie.
It
Like
was terrible.
I
No,
watched
it
Chucky
was.
as a child, and it terrified me. I laughed more
No,
at
you're
the
right.
Chucky than any other Chucky. I'm like, this isn't scary. This is
It's funny.
hilarious, and it's so funny that it's.
I
kind
don't
of
deny
bad.
that.
Oh,
I
no.
don't deny that it's not funny. It is
I think
funny.
terrible horror movies have their place too, though.
Yeah, sometimes they're good. It's kind of like your
They're so bad. They're good.
I don't know the name of it, Ass Toilet Zombie one you were
That
talking
one
about.
was
Sometimes it's so
See?
bad that
This is
it's
what it
good
is.
to
So bad
people,
they're
though.
good. You're like,
The
this is so
difference
terrible.
between Zombie Toilet and Chucky is that Zombie Toilet doesn't have a legacy to hold up to.
You're right. I mean,
In
I'm
my
not gonna lie
opinion,
to
he
you,
didn't let
like,
me down, though. In my opinion, and I
I mean,
love
she
Chucky.
was okay with
like,
the change. Some people are
if
okay with
you
changes.
enjoy
Some
it-
people, it's
But
just like
let's
you
talk
need to
about
hold
this
on to
new
that
Chucky
classic.
movie, though. Have you guys seen the
Okay,
new
no.
one? The
I
new
have
Child's
No.
Play. It's a remake, sort of, except for updated. So Chucky, what's the word I'm looking for, hun? Help me.
He He's
It's like
AI.
computer.
He's just
Yeah.
AI. Like it's not
Instead of,
there's no soul attached to him. There's no story where it's some serial killer. There's none of
It
that.
was a disgruntled employee that got fired and so purposely messed up
Purposely
him.
messed his
So
programming up.
he interprets things just straight up instead of interpreting it like a human does. And so when he goes to protect Andy and stuff, he hurts people just to protect Andy. It's really, it's a great movie if you don't think of it as child's play. But
if it's
that
like
is not
a separate
Chucky.
film, but it's
Okay?
not Chucky. Like,
Chucky
it's not
is a
child's play.
human being who was a serial killer whose soul got put into the doll because he was
And then
dying.
he's trying to get put into a human.
Yeah, and
because
he's
he wants
trying
be
to
human
get
again.
and he wants to redo his life. But
Like that's the whole
the new
point. Like,
movie,
he's
it's an
changing the entire story.
AI. He doesn't want to be human. He's just obsessed with
desire.
Andy and being his friend.
I can get down with that.
It's
it's
fine
good.
on its own. It's just
It
not
is a good
Chucky
movie.
movie.
It's just
It's
not
just not child's play.
Chucky. It'll never be Chucky.
It'll never
You know,
be Chucky.
and I'm open-minded because most people don't like the new Freddy Krueger movie. Again, nobody will ever be Robert Englund to me. However, we liked the new Freddy Krueger movie.
Please tell me he's got better ways to defeat him than giving him a hug.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, like it's
The ways to defeat him were just, they always kind of left me at a dead stop. I'm just like, I'm sorry, what?
what
That
with Chucky?
No, with Freddy.
Oh, with Freddy, yeah.
Like the way to defeat Freddy, I'm just like, I'm sorry, what?
Well, they have to kill him in real life. Like that's the whole thing. They have to drag him into the real world.
Yeah, they hug him because they're bringing
They
him
hug
into
him
the
because
real
they bring
world.
him into the real world. They have to bring him into the real world. If they keep him in
That's
the
the only
dream
way
world,
to
who
kill him.
controls it?
He's invincible
So-
in the dream world. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the whole ring. It's dumb with the hug, but that's the only way. They have to grab
like-
him in the dream.
There was like a hug, a kiss, turning around and facing him. They're like
It depends on which
simplistically-
movie you're watching too.
Yeah, which
because
one are you
there's a
talking about?
couple-
Because
there's a
there are
couple
some.
different ways.
There is some.
We're not denying that they're
we're
not
denying
dumb.
that
There's
he
some
got
dumb ones.
comical the
Yeah.
further down it went. We were just talking about that today, actually, because we were watching.
Don't get me wrong. I still
We're
like
watching a
all of
Freddy
them.
documentary.
I
Like-
still like
By
all
the
of
way,
them.
there is a Freddy documentary that exists. There is a Nightmare on Elm Street documentary that exists that is like 6 hours long. It's
Jeez.
Because like
it's
the
like 3
movie,
hours long, I think, but it's really good. But it goes through the entire series of movies, and it's very descriptive.
like the movies in the premise of Freddy is terrifying.
It is,
And then
and
how
it actually was
finish
stemmed
it-
from real life events.
but how you defeat him, I'm just kind of like, ugh.
It was stemmed
You
from
did
real life
so
events.
well.
A group of boys in this like area were like dying in their sleep. And they couldn't figure out why.
It's actually funny how many movies are actually they
So-
do take pieces of real
They
life.
take pieces of real
Because
life.
even Chucky, I think there was.
Oh yeah, it's like
I think it was Annabelle. I think that's what
Annabelle.
inspired
Possessed
Chucky.
doll that you're not allowed to touch or like really contact in
was-
any way because it'll fucking
Yeah,
kill
it
you.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Because it's not anything to do with Lorraine and Edward, or is it Lorraine and Ed Warren? They're
Mhm.
actually that whole thing with. By the way, they're complete hoaxes. The two of them, they are as paranormal investigators. They never really, if you look into them, they were always considered hoaxes. Their museum is a hoax. They don't like if you even look at their museum, a lot of it looks like cheap Halloween stuff.
I'm not
Like
surprised.
their
they're
real
hoax,
museum.
I
If you
mean.
go online and look at their real museum, it really does look like cheap Halloween stuff. And they do have the Annabelle doll and things like that, but it's like, okay, number one, like the Annabelle doll is like Raggedy Ann doll, and
Yeah, it doesn't
the real
look
doll,
anything like
the real
a doll.
doll that the Annabelle was created off of was actually Robert the doll, and Robert the doll is actually in a museum somewhere.
Do you mean
So-
Robert Duvall? Because he's a
But
great
yeah,
actor.
Robert the doll was actually what Annabelle was made off of, because it actually is a doll that has been considered to have paranormal events attached to it.
God, don't watch that
Ed and
movie.
Lorraine Warren, like
Robert.
even the second film, that whole haunting in the second film of The Conjuring 2, that actually did happen. But it was also found to be a hoax. The girl did make it up, and the fact is that Ed and Lorraine Warren were actually only on site for like a couple of days and told to leave. So they actually didn't ever investigate that case. So
Not really.
like not really. Like there's a lot that goes into the Conjuring films. Like Ed and Lorraine Warren were real people, you know. They really were, and they really were ghost hunters, and but all this stuff, they never really found anything, and they never, like, some of the stuff they did investigate, and they may have found stuff, but I think they they made everything so extravagant on other cases that it ended up discrediting them. Like, even if they found anything, it wouldn't have mattered. They investigated the Herman house, which was the poltergeist house. They investigated the haunting in Connecticut, which was, also a real case. They
That one's a good one.
They investigated. So
Sounds-
even if they found stuff, and the Herman house was found, I mean, even the police were in the house when things were happening in the Herman house.
That was a good
things were being
documentary
thrown
too.
across the room and everything. Yeah, there was a whole documentary we watched that was on it was on Chiller, and it was about real events that were horror movies, that were like the real life things that actually attributed horror movies, like Mothman Prophecies, Silent Hill, which was Centuria, which there's a video game that's actually about that. I don't know if it's good.
And then Poltergeist and the Real Skeletons.
Yeah, Poltergeist and the Real
They
Skeletons.
used the real
and when into that,
skeletons.
they used real skeletons. That's why
You
Poltergeist
moved
is
the
actually
headstones and left
so
the
many
bodies.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that
god.
type of
That movie to this day scares the crap out of me because I saw it as a little kid, and Poltergeist is the scariest movie to me. I don't know why. I just can't get over it.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's
really
her
does look like
terror.
how
That's her
your
scary movie.
It's like my ultimate, like, I will not watch that
She can't
movie
even
alone.
talk. Like, I can't
I
even
don't
say
even
phrases like that,
uh-uh.
Ryoko. Like,
Like, oh god.
That's me
The
with the
scariest
That's
movie.
me with the Exorcist. I
so yeah.
can't.
Yeah,
What was
see?
yours, Taryn?
What was my what?
Like
The
your
one with
scariest movie?
oh jeez. That's tough because I've been watching horror films since I was 2.5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what we did every Halloween. Weren't allowed to trick or treat. We watched scary movies that were not age appropriate and ate candy at our house because
Oh yeah.
the candy has poison scare in the early 90s.
Oh yeah,
I
gotta love
remember
that
that.
shit. That still goes on today, and the razor blades and everything. People still
So
think that
sick,
shit. They pass that
isn't it?
stuff around on Facebook.
Yeah,
Like,
so
I'm
This year it'll be COVID candy.
like,
Oh,
people don't really do that, right?
I didn't say that. I'm sorry.
Like, I'm sorry.
I
It's
didn't
an
say
urban
that. I'm
legend,
sorry.
peeps.
so like
It
I
really is.
became really desensitized to a lot of like the classic ones.
Yeah.
Uh that's tough. Like I will watch most scary movies as long as they don't gross me out cuz being grossed out doesn't scare me. It just makes
No,
me
it's
I agree.
different. Yeah.
Don't
it
watch Drag Me to Hell. Don't do it.
yeah.
Oh
Nope.
god.
We walked out.
Jeez.
Everything goes in her mouth.
Really? You
Ugh.
guys walked
Gross.
out of that?
We walked out of Drag Me to Hell.
Just
I
all
couldn't
the
stand
gross
it.
stuff
All
that
the gross
kept
stuff
going
that
in
went
her
in her
mouth.
bugs, freaking
Like
gross stuff
that
in the body.
old lady,
I
like
can't deal with
making
that.
out with her with no
That
teeth
was
and just
gross.
like
Yeah, I can't
on
deal with
her.
it. It's too
Oh
much
god,
grossness.
that's
Like
gross.
I actually got physically ill and walked out.
Oh
We could
wow.
probably. I bet we could watch it now. We'd be fine. But at the
Watch.
time,
I know
it
at the
was
time,
just.
I don't know, it's too much. Like I couldn't deal with it.
Yeah.
Young Raven couldn't.
I couldn't stomach it. I was like,
It
Yeah,
was nasty. It was just a nasty.
I can't really think of any movies that like I won't watch because if I watch scary movies, I'll usually watch them with people. I don't generally watch scary movies alone. I usually don't
I
watch
watch Halloween every year by
movies
myself.
alone.
Yeah, I'll watch any other horror movies. I just will not watch Poltergeist alone. That's the only one.
There's.
I haven't legacy of not watching movies.
She won't even watch Poltergeist with me. Don't let her fool you.
I won't even watch
watch-
the Family Guy episode making fun of Poltergeist. I won't even watch that alone.
Like, I won't
That's-
watch movies, but I'll watch TV shows. For some reason, I can watch an entire season of TV shows 24 hours straight, but a movie is too long for me. But like I've been watching this new show. I think it's called Evil.
Oh,
It's
I feel
I
like
watched
I've
it.
seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
It's
Zombie's
good. I like it.
Yeah.
You've watched
And
it too, hun.
I
it's
have
like
to. Okay.
it's about like investigating like demon possession,
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
which
Yeah,
I
I haven't
find
seen
that
it.
the premise of it
Interesting.
is really creepy. Actually, I
Well,
did
I mean-
just remembered a movie I will not watch by myself.
Okay, what?
Or in general, which is 13
Oh, I
Ghosts.
love the Simpsons Treehouse
Ooh,
of
13
Horror.
Ooh,
Ghosts.
13 Ghosts is
Yes.
really good.
Ghost, that's a good
I
I
just
love
watched
that
that the
movie.
other day.
It's on AMC Fear Fest, y'all. If you
It
I
is.
can't,
have
I can't
AMC.
watch
Go ahead,
that
Tairn.
movie. And the reason why I can't watch that movie is because, like I said, I have a very active imagination, and for almost 6 months after watching that movie, the princess lived in my shower and I could see her.
Yikes.
Oh.
Every time I would
It
close
was
my eyes,
creepy.
wash
The
my hair,
ghosts
I
were
could feel
so
her in
well
my shower,
done.
and it just freaked me out. And
That movie was
I
well done.
hate.
A remake
I
too.
cannot watch that movie because
It
the
was a
the
remake, yeah, but it was
it's not
good.
great.
Like with the glasses and everything. I
That's
mean, they did
scary,
such a good job
Tairn.
in the
That's
glass
scary.
house and the etchings on the glass house protecting. I just thought they did such a great job with it.
I think the original, actually, that was like probably came out in the 50s or 60s. They actually gave out those glasses that they used in the movie, so you could see the ghost on screen or something like that with the original.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, don't
That's
quote me on that, but I'm
cool.
pretty sure that's how that worked. We
That
were
was cool.
we're
It's
talking
a cool
about
concept no matter
Cool
what.
concept, no matter what. Yeah, that's right.
talking about movies we can't watch alone. Years ago, like this is going back like 40 some odd years, probably before I was born, I guess. Alien, the original Alien, came on TV, and it was just my mom and my dad at the time. I guess my older sister probably already gone to bed. I don't even know if I was a thing yet, because I think Alien came out like in '79. And my dad's like, "All right, I'm going to bed." And my mom was like, "You're going to bed? You're not gonna finish and watching the movie with me?" He's like, "Nope." So that movie, like Alien, absolutely terrified her. Like she won't watch Alien even with
Mhm.
somebody. Like that
Came
movie
out in
fucked her up.
1979.
Yeah.
Um,
We all just Googled it.
Yep.
I want to
That's what I
address.
do. I like to know.
Ryushura said something earlier, and there's a couple points I want to make about me playing Resident Evil 7. One, my favorite, this speaking of Resident Evil 7, my favorite horror game is the original Resident Evil 2. That was probably one of the first horror games I played. The first horror game.
Did you play the remake?
I did. It's all right.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, the first
I'm like, that's what I heard.
the first horror game I ever played was on Atari, and it was Haunted Mansion.
Atari.
Yeah,
Oh,
and in Haunted Mansion, you're just like a set of eyes, like going through a haunted house trying to collect like items so you can get out. And there's like bats and birds and ghosts and shit that like scare you. It's a really neat concept for an Atari game. But Resident Evil 7, no, I will never play that. I will never stream that, and I sure as shit will not play it with VR. I tried playing it with VR for 2 minutes.
Play with VR.
Yeah, and I couldn't do it. I was like, nope. Yeah, no.
Everybody wants me to play it again. I haven't played it on stream in like
I watched
3
somebody.
years. Something like that.
I watched somebody a couple years ago who has since been canceled for being a creep. I watched him play it, and there was one part that scared I think it's early in the game where what's her tits is like, "Ugh!" and she like grabs you, and it scared the living hell into me. Just like my whole body like
Scary game.
tensed up. I was like, yeah, I'm never fucking streaming that. I
It's a
can't even
scary ass game.
I can't even play it.
See, I
Looks
want VR
terrifying.
so bad because I want to play horror games with it.
Not that
I
game.
live for that.
She
Like,
wants VR
if
so
I
bad.
have a zombie dream, I wake up stoked and scared all at the same time. I live for
Yes.
that. I don't know why. I live for it.
Zombie, if you ever get a VR and you do horror games, I want you to stream it.
Oh
Just become a
god.
VR horror game streamer. It would
You would
be
do
amazing.
good, you know.
Like you don't even have to have like a camera on. You just show what you're playing and just be like, "Oh fuck, ah!"
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Like, you don't have to get a camera.
Loves it.
Just show the VR
They get
stuff.
scared.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be a blast though. I like VR. I think horror was the best.
Can that be
I would
a
die.
can that be a redemption on your channel?
Well, they gotta get VR
If
first.
we ever get a VR, sure.
I mean, I have Resident Evil 7, but like I said, I'm having a hard time getting through Resident Evil 2, and that's just one because Resident Evil, the remake of Resident Evil 2. Anyone that's seen my stream knows it's not an easy game. Like ammo's very sparse,
It looked really difficult.
which is not, and like you'll shoot zombies in the face, and they'll keep coming.
I
That
always struggled.
yeah, and that bothers
in
me. Like you don't
Resident
like, there's no need for that. Like if you shoot something in the head, it dies. This isn't Dead Space, which
I just
Reassure
I don't
mentioned.
I don't understand not
Mhm.
making a like is there an easy difficulty level in that game?
I think it's
Like
just
why
like
not make
yeah,
a
and
casual difficulty level? Like I don't understand why games feel the need to always like be on hard mode. I don't get it.
it's
Like
not
it's like
fun.
no, and it's inaccessible, honestly. Like, if we want to get into it, like, they need to make easy modes in games so that some people
I
can
mean,
just enjoy a game. Like,
that's
it's
an
okay to just
entire
enjoy a game.
genre on its own.
It is.
I mean, that's why
Like
I don't play the
Dead
Persona
Souls or
games
Dark
for.
It
Souls.
is. I understand it is. You know, it's just like at the same time, I don't know.
I don't know.
It
It's part
didn't.
of that get good culture,
Yeah, I'm not a really
and
big
I
fan of
ain't
it.
never gonna get good.
I'm not
So I'll
gonna
just
really.
watch
I'm not a huge
people.
fan of that culture. I'll be honest.
I'm
Like, I'm
not
just
either.
not. Like,
I'm
I
not
think that you
either.
should be able to enjoy games. They're meant to be fun, regardless. Like,
I
if
think
you
that
want
they
to go
should just
hard
have
mode,
levels.
great.
Some
Great.
people
Yeah,
can
if you
play
want to
hard,
go
some
hard
people
mode,
can play
great.
easier.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I think there should be an easy mode for people that just want to enjoy a game for fun.
I just
For
want
everyone.
to. Yeah, I just want to.
Like, games should be for everyone.
They should just make the game
So
have more ammo. That's really what would make that game more enjoyable.
that's what I mean. Like that, but that's what I mean. Put it on different levels. Like
And
it's just it's fine.
I don't like how the game is so dark. I get it; it's supposed to be scary,
But
but
like especially in a
that's
series like that where the other games
I
will not
agree. I think
necessarily
that
like that,
I agree
that's
with
kind of
the
frustrating
dark
to
thing.
have that too.
I hate
Because
it
it's
when the
different in a
screen's too
series
dark.
like Dark Souls where that's what you're expecting in Dark Souls. I'm not expecting to be Dark Souls to have like I'm not expecting to have an easy mode. Would it be cool if it did? Sure. But like I'm not expecting that, but like with a series like Resident Evil, where it's like all the other games probably had like a less mode, you know, but this one like you require more ammo, you know, you just you you need more ammo, but you can't get it. That's not, you know, that's not okay. Like then you're just kind of doing it for like let's just make it harder for fuck's sake.
well. There's I think there's
Like there's this. I mean, why? Like
well there's casual mode. I think normal mode, and then
but
get
sometimes
fucked
they up
mode.
those, you know, sometimes between different games, you'll notice, like when I played the Arkham series in Batman, for instance, Arkham Knight is considerably easier than every other one in the series on every single mode. Like you can play extra hard on that, and it's not even comparable to Arkham City on Game Plus. You play Arkham City on Game Plus, it'll wreck your world. But you play Game Plus on Arkham Knight, and it's like a vacation. You know, like so it's just it's weird when they do that in series. You know, I have trouble with that. Like I'm like, why? Why don't you just like even it up? Just give different like even modes for people to play. Like, you know, because I felt like Arkham Knight, I was just like breezing through it too much.
Hmm.
And you couldn't get that difficulty level, you know, if you wanted it, you know. So it's like games have trouble with that sometimes. And I think that if that's how Resident Evil, I haven't played Resident Evil 2, so I don't really have an idea of what the difficulty is on it.
I mean,
Um,
it's like I said, like Resident Evil 2, the original is like one of my favorite games. I mean, it's that and Metal Gear Solid are my two
yeah.
favorite games of all time. And I mean, it's a good remake. I mean, everything in it looks amazing. It's just, you're in a fucking police station. Where's all the goddamn ammo? And
It's already been taken by the other
The
people.
logic.
but like it's a fucking video game. Give me
I
some.
understand your frustration. That's what I mean. Like I get it. Like it's
Like, and
that's
then
frustrating,
you
but-
spend like, all right, well, I'm not gonna shoot all the zombies. Well, you have to run around the goddamn police station 6 or 7 times, and then if you get turned around, you're like, fuck, now I gotta go all the way back. I gotta dodge those 3 fucking lickers that are still in that goddamn hallway, by the way.
I love hearing you talk about this.
Oh,
I like it.
fuck.
Ryuko's getting fired up.
You should. Oh my god, you should have saw me
I see
play
about,
play
Resident Evil 2.
Ghostbusters. I was getting fucking furious playing that.
Were you?
I
Because
had
it's
to
just a
stop. I
bad
was like,
game.
we're done.
I remember you playing that. You were just like, "This is a bad game.
It is.
It's a bad game. This is a bad game."
It's a bad game that they released an HD version of and didn't do anything. They didn't add extra levels. They didn't. They didn't.
I don't understand the point of that. I don't get it.
It's
Because,
just
why?
fucking
Like,
stupid.
if you're just gonna re-release the game, like you should at least like up.
Just
something
give me
else.
something. Don't release it for $30 and tell me to go fuck myself. This is what they did. Now everyone's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go on a tangent."
Rage mode.
Yeah. Like
love
everyone's like, it's the
I thought it
third
was fun.
movie. It's better than the one that came out a few years ago. One, the game looks like ass. I'm sorry. It looks like ass. That's number one. Number
That's not your
two,
feeling.
the game came out. Somebody can double check. I think it came out in like 2008 or something.
Yeah.
Came out, and you know what came out before that game? Before Ghostbusters? Mass Effect came out before Ghostbusters. You know what you can do in Mass Effect and several other games that came out before Ghostbusters? You can design your own fucking character. You can design your own fucking character in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Guess what you can't do in
Oh, that was a
Ghostbusters?
good game.
You can't design your own character in Ghostbusters.
I know.
Oh, I miss Tony Hawk. Those were great
Those are
games.
good games.
Then there's the voice acting. The voice acting is good. The script's a little wonky, but it has some good lines. Bill Murray's intolerable in it. But then I think Bill Murray's intolerable to begin with. I don't care. That's an unpopular
I love Bill
opinion.
Murray. I don't.
Yeah, ask me my
He's
thoughts
an
on.
asshole.
Yeah, ask me my thoughts on Bill Murray.
He's an asshole.
You really like
He
the
is
movie
an
He's
asshole.
gotten better with age, though. Apparently, he has
So-
gotten better with age. Apparently, he's not as big of an asshole now.
I mean,
But
he's
yeah.
still he's
I know why you think he's an asshole. I've seen the history of him and the name's failing me.
Harold Ramis.
Egon.
Yeah.
This. Yeah. I know.
I did. So, Tairn brought up a good point. Zombieland. I almost had his cameo
Ugh.
spoiled to me, and I'm glad I didn't because I actually thought he was pretty good in that
He did great.
2 second.
He did
The
great,
5 minutes he was in. That was.
He did.
I
He
didn't
did
mind him in
wonderful,
that.
yeah.
I mind the
He
fact
loved it.
that he hemmed and hawed for 25 fucking years, not wanting to make a Ghostbusters 3, then has a cameo in the one that came out a few years ago, which I enjoyed, by the way.
I liked it. I love Kate McKinnon. I can't help it.
Yeah, and then
Oh, yeah.
and then after
She's
Harold Ramis
amazing.
dies, he's ready to make a new fucking Ghostbusters movie. Bill Murray can literally go fuck himself. Everybody in the fandom's like has this hard on for the all girl reboot that they all want to shit on. Shit on Bill Murray. He's the one who raped your childhood, if anybody did, because he didn't want to make a third
Damn.
one. I blame Bill Murray. I wholeheartedly, till the day I die, will blame Bill Murray for there not being a real Ghostbusters 3. He did it. He did it.
You have a lot of feelings for this. I understand.
I do, and it's like Bill Murray's just he's fuck Bill Murray. He wasn't even gonna do the new one that's coming out next year. He wasn't even going to do it. He wasn't even going to do the
Tony Hawk
he
remakes.
he wasn't even going to do the first one, I don't think, and he had to get dragged to set apparently because he's just a
He
fucking
did.
asshole.
No, that was
Huh.
the
Yeah,
case. He had to be
I've heard
dragged to
that.
set. He did on several
Horrible to
occasions.
work with.
He was terrible to work with.
We have
Like
heard
I said,
that
I
too.
think he's changed in old age. I don't think he's quite as terrible anymore. He did
I don't
make
think
up
that
with Harold
Ramis is
Ramis.
very forgiving.
I know
No,
you're
I'm
not
not.
forgiving
on
of
this
him.
subject. Okay.
And now I'm out of iced tea, and that makes me even more upset because I'm not going to be able to get this until Christmas. So
Well,
that
you
sucks.
just spilled
Aw.
all the tea, so.
Spilled all that tea.
Oh, that's
You
right.
did.
Spilling the tea with Ryoko. So yeah, that's sorry about that. I'm glad I got that off my chest though, because it's
That's good. No, it's good.
It's a relief.
Fine, you're fine.
Let
just
it
the
go.
the game's not that
Let it
good. The
go.
game should have been
Let
better.
It go.
Let it
Hey,
go.
yeah, that's what you needed to do.
The game wasn't good. I'm sorry.
It was liberating.
And if people really think that video game is the real third movie, then you're not real Ghostbusters fans. You're not.
I don't think that. No.
Because that is a poor excuse for a movie. We deserve better than that fucking video game.
Sorry.
I'd rather play the haunted house on Atari than the Ghostbusters video game. Hey. Oh, you know what? I have written down here. This is more for Raven and Zomby. What are your Halloween traditions?
Oh. Definitely our Halloween party.
Mm-hmm.
We decorate our whole house every single year. We usually
Yes,
start in
usually.
September. This year,
But-
obviously, we can't because of COVID,
Can't do it.
which is just
Yeah.
heartbreaking.
It
Switch
is. But
party.
we make we have a Halloween party and we decorate each room has a different theme. And we make a lot of our decorations. We do buy some of them, but we make a lot too. And so we'll we dress up the room kind of like a
It's like a haunted house.
that you'd walk through. So and then we
It's
do
so
tours.
fun.
At the Halloween party we do tours of the haunted house.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
fun.
it's so fun.
It's a fun time.
I mean, it started where we lived in another house and I just decorated the tub and put a zombie baby and made it all creepy and everything. And then it turned into this huge thing where now every single year we decorate the whole house.
He sure is rich.
What?
I just saw Reassure gives out the king size candy bars for Halloween for kids. Those were always the rich people's houses.
Those are the good houses. Yeah.
Yeah. When you'd go, no, we when I was a kid, I was one of those poor kids that we went to the rich people, we went to the actual subdivisions and stuff of people that were richer than us.
Oh yeah, you drive over to the rich
Like, we would-
neighborhood.
we
You
would
don't want to
drive
go
over
in
to
your
the rich
own
neighborhood. You don't go in
neighborhood.
your own neighborhood? No.
You don't want that cheap candy.
We did because we lived in a town that had a very rich neighborhood, so we did drive over there.
So, when I was a kid, and we moved to St. Pete, this was the first year that we actually got to go trick or treating. Because, like I said, the whole '90s scare thing. So I didn't actually go trick or treating till I was like 10 or 11. No,
Oh wow.
no, it's more like 7.
I've
7
never
or
been
8.
trick or treating.
Oh wow!
Really?
No, I'm kidding. Of course I have. I love candy.
So there was this. So I don't know if you guys have ever been to Florida or whatnot, but they all kind of have the same kind of almost hobo shack look to most of the houses. Like they're set kind of far back on the property, and there's just like palm leaves and just kind of random crap in the front yard that makes it look spooky year round.
You just
So there-
described our house. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So there's this lady's house on a street back and like way down there, and there was a gated fence that she left open on Halloween so kids could walk down her long ass driveway to her house and get the candy. And like nobody wanted to walk down there because everybody was scared. And this was my sister and I's first time Halloween trick, so we were hitting every house. We didn't know that like people were like freaked out by this lady because we didn't know anybody. So we're like walking down to get the candy. We're like, do 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 do. We got pillowcases. We're gonna go get some candy. And this lady's like, "You're my first trick or treater
again.
tonight. Here, have like 3 bags each."
Oh my
So
gosh.
she had 3 bags,
Yes.
and in every bag she put $1. So we made $3 just
Sure.
going to her house
Well,
with
yes,
like
this is what I'm
giant candy
saying.
bars and
That is
all
a
sorts of
freaking like
Score.
that's a nice
nobody wanted to
call
go to her
there.
house because everybody got freaked out by her house, and
That's why you always go to those houses though. You always go to
like,
those
oh,
houses. The houses that people are freaked out by, those are the houses you go to. They have the best candy.
And it's made of
Because
people. That's
nobody goes
okay.
there. You know how much candy they have? They'll give you like 5 pieces.
yeah, like she was like
No joke.
the only guys because like we had found like a small group of kids that we were neighbors with, and they're like, "We're not going down there." We're like, "We're going down there." And then we're like, she gave us money, and they're like, "We're going down there." And like they got money.
We had this couple that would do this thing where the the man that lived there. Okay, so when you're walking up to the house first, it's dark. There's no lights on the porch, and there is this rocking chair with this person sitting in the rocking chair holding the candy, and it's a monster. They have a mask on. You can't see a face, and they're just sitting there completely still. And so you're supposed to walk up to this house to take the candy. And of
If you want
course,
it, you gotta earn it.
the guy gets up and tries to scare you, you know. And then there he actually has no candy. The wife is at the door and she actually gives you the candy. She opens the door and she's all
Ah,
sweet and she's like, "Here you go, honey. I'm sorry he scared you."
like I can't control him.
I'm sorry. He's just a mess.
Those are the most fun houses to go to, though, because you're
Yeah.
like, oh God,
That
what's
was
gonna
the house I
happen?
was always like, oh, it was like I was like anticipating it every year. I
Like
was
you're
like
excited
ready. I
but
was like, oh, it's
scared
gonna
all at the
happen. It's
same
gonna happen.
time. Hmm.
So like I always wanted to do this thing um for my house because okay, so my house has a bit of a reputation. So I live behind another house, in like a mother-in-law suite,
I
and
came back.
the welcome back. The main house is a 2-story pink house with a white picket fence, right? And everybody knows that both of my grandparents died in the main house. So everybody's a little freaked out about this house to begin with. But we live in the house behind it, so there's an opening in the gate that goes down a dirt road that leads to our house. But like you can see the road from our front door. So I always wanted to decorate like the pathway down and like almost like a haunted tunnel type of
Yes.
thing. But since I have lived here for over 10 years, we have never once had anybody brave enough to venture down here on Halloween to see if we had candy. Not
Aw.
once. Because everybody's like, yeah,
That's
no,
sad.
that's because it's fucking dark. Because we
Yeah,
have
it's so dark.
because
Have y'all ever thought about lighting it up, like putting lights all the way down?
we have a light that we keep on year round. But the thing is that it's on the side of a house in between street lamps. So when you walk down this path, there's like an open garden / orchard, and then it behind our house is nothing but woods. So it's just like a dark tunnel on the good day. It's scary
Oh.
out there if you start thinking about it too much because you can see the outlines of the woods, but it's pitch black and it's constantly making noises because we have like fox and deer and raccoons and possum that live back there. So there's constantly that noise of nature, which is
Right.
creepy in itself when you don't know, you can't see it. And then on the side where the main yard is, it's a bunch of giant, like azalea bushes and stuff like that, so it blocks out the sun blocks out the street lights on both sides, so it's just this dark tunnel that leads to like one light in the distance. It's very like cabin in the woods feeling. So it's already scary without decorations.
You're like, I don't even need to decorate.
I don't, but I kind of want to just to make it even creepier. Like, get some of my old friends to just like hang out in the yard in costume
Exactly.
and just like
See,
walk
it's good
around.
times. If you do it, I want photos.
I mean, we don't get a whole lot of trick or treaters here anymore anyway, because it's not a bad area. It's just there's not a lot of kids here.
We don't ever get trick or treaters, but we might this year. We're not gonna turn our lights on though.
I mean, what a perfect time for everybody to be wearing a mask.
But tis. Speaking of candy, this is where it's gonna get a little serious, guys. I'm sorry.
Favorite candy.
Yeah, what's the best Halloween candy? Obviously, it's something chocolate related.
Best candy.
Man.
Don't come out with that Skittles or Starburst bullshit.
Oh no.
They're
good, but
for Almond Joys.
That's a different pick. Okay.
I like coconut, all right, and nobody likes coconut, so I can always pretty much trade whatever I wanted.
I love Almond Joys.
Yeah, I think Almond Joys are delicious. So.
My mom loves them. Oh wait, the mounds.
No judgment, they're
no,
good.
she likes the
No
mounds.
judgment.
Mounds.
Excuse my
Almonds have. What was the commercial?
Almond Joys got nuts.
Nuts. Mounds don't.
Sometimes feel like
nut.
Sometimes
that's right.
You don't.
But that and I think of like the pumpkin shaped Reese's.
Ooh.
Listen.
Now I'm gonna want candy. Man.
I'll be honest with you all.
Reese,
I don't like shaped Reese's.
Reassure's on board. Reese peanut butter, fight me. Yeah. The any shaped peanut butter cup, whether it's for Christmas, whether it's the tree, the pumpkin at Halloween, the egg at Easter. The eggs at Easter, man.
I do like the eggs.
God damn it, they're. Oh my God, they're just.
I'm gonna have to pick a different egg for Easter though.
What's that?
Cadbury eggs for Easter, man.
No, I don't.
They have a Cadbury egg for Halloween and it's green inside. I fucking love Cadbury eggs.
They make a Halloween one? I thought.
Yeah,
I thought they only made candy once a year.
No, they have. They've. You can find them year round. You just have to know where to look. But they made a Halloween version where it's instead of the white part, it's like toxic green, and they're alien eggs.
Ew.
They're so good. I love carrot.
What's the cream filling? What's inside of it?
Sugar.
Oh, it's just sugar.
It's just sugar.
Oh.
Let's be real.
Yeah, it's just a sugar syrup.
It's vanilla sugar.
I mean, I'm a basic bitch.
It's like a cream.
I like Milky Ways. Milky Ways are.
Oh, Milky. I like the dark Milky Ways.
Kit Kats.
The dark Milky Ways are good. I miss original Mars bar where it was the nougat and the caramel with the almonds. I don't like the new ones, which are basically glorified Milky Ways.
Take Fives are good.
Take Fives. I've never had a Take Five.
Oh my God, you're missing out. Whatchamacallits are excellent. Crackle. I love me some Crackle.
Have you ever had a Bueno?
Ooh.
Hello?
Bueno.
They're
the ones that are like the Kinder eggs. It's the Kinder Bueno bars.
I've never heard of that.
They're basically like the same chocolate that's on a Kinder.
I never
egg,
liked chocolate
a real Kinder egg.
until I tried that chocolate.
Yeah.
I mean, chocolate's
and they're like
amazing.
These crisps. They're like these crisps that have this like cream. It's so fucking good.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
They're so good. Oh my God. I gotta stay away from them.
I really, really like Caramello. I love
Caramellos. I used to freaking.
They're also by
Cadbury. Caramellos, yeah.
Caramellos are.
I know you like Cadbury.
I love Cadbury. I actually
like caramel a lot. in general.
I went to the Cadbury restaurant when I went to England. Like, I love Cadbury.
I think Heath bars are bullshit. Get out of here with that. That's
I like Heath bars.
no, come on. You're better than that.
Heath bar ice cream and stuff. Oh my god,
I've
I
never
love
had
toffee.
that.
I like toffee, so
I like the flavor of toffee. I hate eating toffee. It's only because
almond roca. Mm.
or like
Oh yeah.
and
Almond
stuff like
roca
that.
is
Ooh,
so
Butterfingers, yes.
good. Butterfingers.
Like, I don't mind the taste. I hate eating them because I get my fucking teeth get stuck together and I can't open them
Yeah,
again.
that's true. They do get stuck together.
It doesn't taste bad. I just hate eating them. So,
that.
worst Halloween candy? 3, 2, 1, candy corn.
Oh yeah. Oh God. Don't.
Yeah.
Oh, you will. Listen.
It is the worst Halloween candy next to like Smarties.
Next to nothing. It's. I'd
Wait,
rather
which
eat.
one?
I'd rather eat grass.
What's the worst?
They're
Candy corn.
talking about candy corn again.
I like candy corn.
Yeah, I
It
like
has its
candy
place.
corn.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to eat it all the time.
No.
But like on
oh, no.
occasion, I like to have a couple.
Yeah.
Here and there. I like to have a little pack of candy corn.
I'd rather eat grass. I
don't
and
think
ass.
that candy corn in small amounts is necessarily bad. Like, sometimes you just want a ball of sugar. That's
It's
fine.
true. That's
But
what you want.
for
That's what I'm
as
saying.
overhyped as candy corn is to
Oh
Halloween,
no, it's overhyped.
it's fucking stupid. It's the worst.
It has a history though, you know.
I'd love
True.
to hear it.
It doesn't mean that it needs to be as hyped up as it is. Like, when you think of Halloween, one of the first images that pops in your head is like, ooh,
It goes back to an
burning
old
colored
candy.
leaves, pumpkins.
It goes back to a really old candy company.
Yeah, you know what? That the candy corn that you're eating is that same candy from back then.
You know, it goes back to the 1880s.
Yeah, I believe it because
never
it tastes like it's from the
recipe.
1880s.
It tastes like it was made in the 1880s.
Oh God!
It's still made the same way.
You
That's
know
why
that everybody has different taste buds, right?
No. Have you ever been into like an old fashioned like country store or something like that? Have you ever been in the South? You probably have been. So, okay, yeah. Yeah, and they have the old fashioned candies. They're all terrible.
Whoa!
Terrible.
Whoa!
Yes,
hey,
yes,
wait.
Yes.
Because you know what's
Come
you know
on.
no because you know what's no because you know what's in those.
I like black licorice. I like black licorice.
What
so
about
I
the
do
Swedish
like
fish?
A lot of the black licorice stuff.
Ribbon candy, that hard ribbon candy.
What about
They
Swedish?
used to have just those wafers. You remember those wafers?
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah,
Those are gross.
wafers.
I don't like
They
those.
still make those. They do.
We're talking about penny candies, right?
Hey, candy hearts. Candy hearts around Valentine's.
Those are nasty.
Those are gross.
I like the white, the peppermint ones.
Yeah, I like the white ones.
Taste like Pepto-Bismol. Those ones. I like
That's
those.
because they're fucking mints. They're not
they're mint. That's
why I like them.
But I think that Zombie brought up like a point that I don't even think she realized she brought up, which is the candy ribbons, the hard candy ribbons that are more decorative than edible. That's probably what was in kids' bags that they thought were razor blades.
You're probably
yeah.
You're probably right. It's just candy cutting them.
They gave like glass. No, it's just
probably came from that urban legend. Yeah.
Let me tell you this. The candy corn, the candy hearts, and the dot candy you would get at birthday parties.
Oh no, the dot?
The dot candy.
Yeah.
I remember the dot candy.
Those are gross.
Yeah, all of that can get. I don't know.
Go away.
Can go away.
I could live without candy corn. I could live without
like going into those. There's a place like where my dad lives.
Oh no, that place is cool though.
Old-fashioned candy store. Yeah, and they have every candy that has ever been created in the history.
I like Swedish fish.
It's incredible. So.
But only the minis.
And that's kind of a weird one. That's kind of an off one that some people might not like.
But I like
that don't like gelatin.
I like the different flavored Swedish fish, but they can only be the minis. I don't like the big ones. The big ones are fucking weird. I just want the minis.
I'm very, very particular sometimes too, like sweet tarts. I like either the big chewy sweet tarts
Oh, those are my favorite.
or I like the mini chewy sweet tarts. But I do not like anything else. With
I like
Yeah.
I like the Smarties because it looks like I'm taking drugs.
I don't like the smart. You remember when your kids were taking pills? Look at us taking pills. Oh my god. What is wrong with children?
You know what? What are you talking about? They probably had pill candy when we were kids.
They
Let's
did.
not-
They had cigarette candy.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
remember
not act
cigarette
like
candy?
I
Those
remember
were my
candy cigarettes.
favorite. I
I
like the
used to get
gum
those all the
ones.
time. I'm pretty
The
sure that
gum ones
attributed
were
to
my
me
favorite.
smoking. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay,
Like-
they were called satellite disc.
Oh yes, satellite discs. I remember
Oh,
those candies.
Ew.
They were terrible. The
Yeah,
root beer
they're
ones I actually
gross.
kind of favored, but that was it.
Root beer. No offense, I can't do.
No, it's
I don't
fine.
like root beer
Bottle
either.
caps. You remember bottle caps?
I like
Yeah,
bottle
bottle
caps.
Like
caps.
chalk. See? Everybody has a different opinion on that shit. That is the same stuff. Those
Ooh,
wafers and bottle
what's
caps
the
were the
gum?
same
What
thing.
was the gum one? Razzles. I liked
Razzles were
Razzles.
good. I liked Razzles.
Pop Rocks. I hated Pop Rocks. That
They
stuff
kind
was
of
gross.
made
Oh,
me
I
mad
like
though.
Pop Rocks.
I
Does
like
anybody
Pop
think that
Rocks.
candy that turned into did candy that turned into gum make anybody else angry?
Because it never actually turned into gum. It was like this weird gooey substance in your mouth, and then melted.
It
Yeah.
didn't taste like
And
gum.
it was
Like-
chalky. Very
Like
chalky.
when it worked, it was kind of cool, but it
It's like
didn't
blow
work.
pops. Blow
time.
pops worked.
Ooh,
Yeah,
blow pops are good. That's a good candy.
Apple.
You're supposed to say from Charms.
Oh,
Cut.
Charms.
Cut. I remember that commercial. Sour apple. Watermelon. Ta-da! That's a blow pop.
I still remember the Starburst commercial. The little, I'm a little lad who
Oh,
likes
God, don't
berries
do
and
it, babe.
cream.
Oh my god. When that commercial came out, I wanted
Berries
to
and
kill
cream,
Raven,
berries and
okay?
cream. I'm a
She
little
would-
lad who likes berries and cream.
She would dance around the house doing that, and I was like, "Oh my
I would.
god."
I
I
don't.
would. No
I don't.
joke.
I
All
don't
the
remember that
time.
commercial.
Don't get your hopes up.
Does
Oh
anyone
no?
get disturbed when they see the Skittles commercials?
Yes. Oh my god, yeah.
I'm
It's
just
Skittle
like,
pox.
Chicken pox,
yes,
Skittle pox.
I
Oh,
don't
those
think that
those
bothers me.
commercials are weird.
Yeah,
Stop,
they
and
are.
by the way, you can stop doing that now. We actually have a pandemic going on. I don't see those commercials as much
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, I don't either. Please don't eat
I
Skittles
mean-
off somebody's face. It's not smart.
It's like, it's like teaching you how to spread illness. It's like, no,
Yeah,
this is not
just
good.
don't eat
Um,
Skittles.
This is how you get COVID.
No.
Oh,
Let's
sorry.
not teach this.
Which one's the banned one?
Bad disease prevention. Like, oh yeah, I haven't ever heard of a banned one. Banned Skittles commercial?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. They did.
Oh,
They were doing some pretty edgy shit.
Yeah, we were like, a lot of times when we see them, we're like, I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, they do. They make you uncomfortable.
It's like, this does not make me want to taste the rainbow.
Oh, it's because okay,
A
yeah, I see
banned
why it was
Skittles
banned.
commercial. That's
Actually, there's a couple of them. One of them's for like sexual content, and the other one's.
I'm not
yeah.
surprised on that.
there was a Quiznos
Actually,
commercial like that.
creepy.
There's a couple of them that are banned.
A what
from I
commercial?
A
see.
Quiznos commercial
Oh, Quiznos. Okay.
where
That doesn't
the
surprise me
yeah
either.
where the I guess the toaster, the oven's like insinuating that the guy fuck him.
Oh, I
Yeah.
remember that commercial.
See, this Skittles commercial is actually like a guy giving his like new bride doggy style, like
Oh.
straight up like, in
What?
the commercial. Like, yeah.
Oh, I want to see this commercial. That's funny.
Well, I don't
What
think
the
he doesn't actually
Oh
do
my
her doggy
god!
style.
Oh my god! I can't believe this freaking. This is like okay.
Are you seeing this?
Go. I'm on. I just Googled. I said banned Skittles commercial, and one of them that popped up was the one that is with the wife and guy, and it's. Yep, I can see why it was banned. God.
That's crazy.
Commercial.
Yeah. They have
Extended.
one.
Here.
They have
Oh.
one that's with an underaged individual, and that's why it was banned. is
Oh yeah,
because-
you can't do
yeah.
that.
And then the other one is it was just banned for sexual content because it's a guy. Yeah, literally doggy style and his wife, and then the Skittles, like, it's just, I'll let your imagination go where the Skittles come out.
What the fuck am I watching? She's giving
I'm
birth?
telling you.
No, this one is a lady giving birth.
Oh
Wait.
yeah, there is another one. I told you there's a couple of.
I'm
banned
watching
Skittles
this doggy
commercials.
style one.
Okay.
That doctor is acting. I'm very uncomfortable by
It's
this.
the
Oh my
same-
god!
Isn't it the same actors? It is in the
Ew!
so they got this.
That is
They
so
shot 2
gross.
different
Oh!
commercials with the same actors in it, and
It's
both of them
giant-
got banned.
That's so gross.
I'm so. Oh God, no!
I can see why these were banned.
What's
Yep.
happening in this commercial? Holy shit, that was fucking weird.
Which one did you watch?
The one where
watching-
she gives birth to a
The
giant.
birth one is weird. She gives birth to a giant Skittle. It's very
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
weird.
baby face, and they
That's
cut these
just,
little
it has
cord
a face. Yeah.
Skittles coming out of it. I'm like, oh no, this doesn't
Yeah,
make me
it's
taste
too
the
much.
rainbow at all.
No, you need to watch the other one, seriously.
Talk about horror. That's a horror film. Holy shit.
Uh.
That was just everything about that was just bad.
This
What
is
the
bad. Yeah, I guess there's like there's this whole thing that's like top banned and unbanned Skittles commercial. Yes, Skittle really likes to skate the line.
Yeah, apparently.
They have issues. Oh, just saying.
That's that birth one. I was like, that's like
I'm watching that one now.
I feel like
like,
I feel like Skittles took the street version of Skittles and made some commercials.
they were like, oh yeah, let's get edgy.
Let's be risky.
I'm like, this is some risk, y'all. Like, you thought this was gonna fly with people? I don't think so.
No, it's just weird. I hate it.
So
Thanks, I
I
hate
guess I got a few more things. We'll go once around the table here, starting with Raven. Raven, what scares you?
Oh,
Freaks me.
gosh. I
Hello?
don't like it.
You don't like what?
Sorry, I don't like that birth one. That's creepy.
I know it's freaky.
That
what
scares me.
Spiders scare me. Although I killed one last night,
Spiders are the
but
worst.
they still terrify me.
I'm sorry. That spider was in a weird
It's
place.
fine. I had to. Yeah, I know it's fine. It but spiders scare me. But I don't know. I guess like I freak myself out more than anything. I think if anything, I just have a very active imagination. Yes, as well, and that sometimes can get the better of me. So that's what I'm like really scared of most. And I guess like, normal like existential stuff like not reaching my own potential.
Oh God, I didn't.
Now you're going
Freaking
deep.
going to
Yeah,
fears,
getting
but
deep.
hey, you asked what I was afraid of. I don't know. Things like that. But other than that, yeah. Spiders are pretty up on that list. I'm not afraid of the dark. I have issues with claustrophobia. I have issues with claustrophobia, and I have issues like I don't have severe claustrophobia, but I do have issues with small spaces. And I do have issues with being in the dark in small spaces. So
Or an elevator.
elevators are a problem. It was especially a problem when I broke my foot. I had to take them everywhere. It was terrible. I hate elevators. I've always had reoccurring nightmares of elevators dropping. And yeah, so I don't like them. That movie, what was the movie, hun? That took place in an elevator? I would have died in that elevator.
Are you talking about the devil one?
Yeah, The Devil. Yeah. The M. Night Shyamalan one, The Devil.
That was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
It was a very good film.
I knew it. I figured it out.
She did. She figured it out. Really
How did you
That-
figure it out?
She was really proud.
I have a really active,
She's
crazy
really good
imagination,
at.
and I'm
she's
really good at figuring it
stuff
out.
out. Yeah. In movies and in puzzles in general, she's really good at puzzles. So.
I'm nosy.
Tairn,
Yes.
what scares you?
In real life, like things that freak me out, anything that has more than 4 legs. Oh yeah. Spiders, scorpions,
sense.
roaches, bugs in general, they all freak me out.
Mm-hmm.
Open water and trains
Oh, but I love trains.
scare me. I don't know why.
No, Ryoko.
Trains scare me. I think it's because my sister had a riding Thomas the Tank Engine train.
Oh
and would
wait,
chase
hang
me
on.
around-
Yeah, I love this story. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Would chase me around on the train and would like run me over with it. So I think
Oh,
That's
why
pretty
I'm
messed
afraid.
up.
So you just see this Thomas the Tank Engine happy face coming at you. It's like, and then you get run over by it. I don't know. I'm gonna chop it up to that's probably why I'm scared of trains.
I get that. That makes sense.
But like in movies and stuff, like what freaks me out is when whatever the villain faction of the show is smarter than the heroes. So, like movies that freak me out, Jurassic Park freaks me out
Mm,
Oh, it's a good
because
movie.
great
dinosaurs
movie.
in general freak me out just because they may not be smarter than us, but they're primal, so they
Mhm.
can't be reasoned with.
I would say you don't have to worry about ever running into a dinosaur.
Maybe, but they're working on recreating dinosaurs like now, so we'll see.
Let's hope that's not in our lifetime, at least.
Like we have a whole series of movies of why that's a bad idea.
I know,
But
but they don't learn from movies.
don't
That's the
learn from
stupid part.
movies.
It's like just watch the movie. You would learn.
My God, no! Like I told people, I was like, with the whole pandemic, I was like, what would we didn't watch Contagion?
Yeah,
we didn't.
exactly.
No
I'll-
one watched the movie. Like what the fuck?
I'll get into that another time. I won't.
Yeah, I know. But
There's
that's the
a
whole thing.
whole-
Like, I mean, we knew. Like, we had movies about this. What the hell?
There's a whole real life thing that happened. Well, quote unquote real life thing that happened that could have stopped a lot of that in its tracks. But I'll talk to you guys about that after stream.
For sure.
But like dinosaurs, they freak me out because it's not that they're smarter than us; it's that they can't be reasoned with at all. There's no reasoning with something that is pure instinct and hunger. So that freaks me out. And then like the ghost stories, they might creep me out, but I can usually logic my way through most of those and like point out that's not how that works. But if it's like about a killer that you could take that situation that's happening in the movie and put it in real life and it could be a real thing, that scares me. People scare me and things that cannot be reasoned with scare me. Like your Child's Play AI thing, that would scare me because AI can be we're close to having true AI.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's you can't really reason with it to a point if it's not within its parameters to do so. It's just like,
Exactly.
no, you gotta die because I'm protecting them. Like, but I'm not hurting them. Doesn't matter. You could, so you have to die. So you can't reason. That's scary.
Exactly.
So things that ride the edge of reality, and then things that don't ride the edge of the reality but can't be reasoned with. Those are the scariest things for me.
There you go. That brings us to Zombie. What scares you, Zombie?
Okay. Well, they got real on some stuff. So if we're gonna be real, being around a lot of people, like big crowds, is scary to me. A lot of social anxiety that way. And then bugs, I have to agree with Tairn on
Yeah,
that.
bugs suck.
Bugs scare me. Like, I don't go outside because I don't like bugs. Like,
she
I
doesn't.
prefer to be inside. I have lights on all the time because I need to see if there are any bugs around. Like, I'm obsessed with it. It's bad. But as far as movies and stuff like that, I am not scared of people. I feel like people are awful and in real life and they treat you bad, and like I've been through so much of that, and that hurts so bad that it doesn't scare me, a person possibly, killing me. Like that doesn't, I don't think about that. It doesn't scare me. What scares me most is definitely like possession, any kind of possession movies. I just don't want that shit happening to me.
Yeah,
That
no,
shit's
fuck
scary.
that.
Like, have you seen the Possession movie?
That's
No.
a scary one. That's
Okay.
scary.
Cause like
Scary.
you can literally, they do like I don't know, I'm not as smart as Raven, so like they do like a CT scan or something, and you can actually see the person inside her body.
Ugh.
It's like an MRI, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, MRI. And it's creepy as shit. Like that is scary to me. Any kind of possession, The Exorcist, any movie like that, that Poltergeist, I know that it doesn't possess necessarily, but Poltergeist is also scary. Like that kind of stuff freaks me out because it's possible. Like, because I don't say that anything is true or not, because I don't know. I've never experienced it, but I think that it's possible, and that scares me.
No,
Makes sense too.
yeah, that type of stuff freaks me out as well. Okay. Well, that's
Yeah, I'm
gonna.
just confused of how they were able to see the person inside a person on a machine like that, considering how those machines work. It's like, wait, how did they see another person inside a person on a machine that only reacts to physical things?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right?
Like I can understand if you were to take like a picture and it would develop on there because it's working on light refraction of things. Like when people take pictures of ghosts or orbs, etc., it's a light refraction that is captured because that's how manifestations works, is by collecting the energy in the room to create light so that they can be seen. But if it's a machine that works on a almost X-ray vision level, you can only get X-rays and stuff like that off of things that are physically manifested there.
No, yeah, it's not a very like necessarily, but it was creepy as hell to look at.
Oh, it's definitely creepy as hell. But that's what I'm saying. Like I logic my way into things. I'm like, you lost me. Creepy, but you lost me.
Like something inside of her like manifesting.
But yeah, that's
Physically
definitely
physical.
fucking
But they
creepy.
even did that in that film where it like reaches through her. Like I mean, she's
Ugh.
got
Oh,
a hand coming
she's
out of her
in.
throat.
Yeah, she's
So
looking in the
it is
mirror at
physically
her mouth,
manifesting
and you can see
in
her
her body.
finger, the
Like is
fingers
the
of
whole
the
thing
person
too.
coming out.
Yeah, you can see the fingers. So like I think the whole thing with that was like it was actually becoming physical inside of her.
Yikes.
Like
Yeah.
That
Because
creepy.
it comes
that's
out
the
of her.
freaky part
It
for
comes
me.
out of
Yeah,
her,
it
though.
does come out of
Remember,
her.
you
Yeah, it
see
does
it.
come
It
out of
comes
her.
out
You
of
see it
her, and
comes
then
out of
it
her.
possesses the
So they
father.
actually give
So
it like a physicality, I think is for that. So like that's where it got us. Like we're like, oh god, something's actually inside her. Like,
yeah, like physically inside her. Like any, you know what? That's something that scares me. Parasites.
oh god, yeah.
Any kind of
Yeah.
parasite thing, that is scary. Like something that is feeding off of your body like that. That is a scary thought. Okay, is that
Like the
mm-mm,
thing,
mm-mm.
or
Like Splinter? Have you seen the movie Splinter?
I have
that's
not.
one of her favorites.
I know I watch really weird horror movies, but it's about a parasite and it takes over your body and
It's
it's creepy.
it's like
It's
these
What?
black stuff that like has spines in it, and like
Ew.
if you touch it, it
yeah.
automatically goes
There
into
was
your like all you have to do is touch it.
a show on Netflix. It was really fucking good, but it was about a parasitic virus that transforms the host into like almost like 7 days or 7 weeks later or 7 days later, where it doesn't. It's not like a rapid form of rabies like in that movie, but it transforms them into like these almost zombies slash like bestial like things, but it was a contagious virus that was doing it.
Are you talking about the strain?
I think so.
It was on.
Oh,
We
yeah,
watched it
yeah.
for a bit.
That
We
was,
watched it
yeah,
for a bit.
yeah.
It
Like
was
that-
worms. It was parasitic
It's
worms.
scary, right? Like worms
Yeah,
are
they were
okay.
parasitic
That's
worms.
the scariest thing in the world to me is
Freaky.
worms. Okay,
Yeah, parasitic worms are freaky.
that
I'm
is
not gonna lie,
just so
freaky. Like,
because
or
they're
we watched this
real.
one. We watched this one that was like kind of about. It was about thinking cephalopods. It was about like the roly polies essentially, but it's like these giant roly polies that are water roly polies essentially, and they're related to them though, and they live in the water, and they actually exist, and but like this whole movie was like they were a parasite form of that, and they would prey on the fish life, and then they got into the into the human population and started like
Oh yeah.
yeah
See,
feeding on
that's
them.
just
It was
scary
yeah
because
it was
there are
freaky.
such things as parasites, and that's just scary as shit.
Yeah.
That's not okay. That's like, ugh.
So you and I are kind of on the wavelength of the scariest things for the things that could be true.
Yes, yeah, exactly, exactly. Except people, I'm not scared of people. I'm more scared of people on an emotional level than I am scared of them on a physical.
I wish I was better at insects. I can't remember. It's not a cephalopod. That's a squid, but it's basically yeah the roly poly family. They're like these like
It's like the
specific
water
type
bug
of
family or something.
yeah
Roly
like
poly oly.
they're a specific type of type of insect, but it was creepy. Yeah, like anything. I agree. Parasitic is just. But I made Zombie watch that film and she freaked out.
Yeah,
It was like
yeah. It's nightmare stuff. That stuff is not okay with me.
Alrighty.
Go. You didn't answer.
Oh,
Yeah.
what scares me?
Yeah.
Oh God, fucking everything scares me. I don't know, dying alone, being alone.
Isopod. There we go.
Yeah, I would say being alone. Spiders. The dark. I hate the dark. I fucking hate the dark. And yeah, ghosts. The devil. All that stuff terrifies me.
Check the devil.
Yeah, and on that note, we're gonna end it there.
Sounds good.
Want to thank Raven, Zombie, and Tairn. You guys should go and check the three of them out on the Twitch. And yeah, also thank you, Tairn, for that 7th month resub. Also Raven for the host, and I think someone else, maybe it was not modern, Morse, or somebody also hosted. So thanks to them. And thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. I don't know when the next
Thank you
stream
for
will
having
be.
us.
No, yeah, thank you
For
again.
having us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I don't know when the next stream will be. Hopefully, not too long. If not, if I don't stream before November, make sure you get out there and vote on November 3rd,
Yes.
first Tuesday of the month. Make sure you get out and vote. Get out and vote, get out and vote, and get out and
Early
vote.
voting for us got extended to the 31st, so that's nice.
Yeah, if you can vote early, so you don't have to go out in public, do that. I don't know if they're doing that up by me. Doesn't matter. I'm going to vote regardless. And yeah, thank you everyone for coming out. And I have to get over here back into OBS and on to, is it this scene? It is this scene. I know what I'm doing. Yeah. And yeah, I'm Ryoko, and I'll see you at the movies.